Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, it's Jake the Snake Sloan back in the co-host seat. Thank you very much for being here, man.
Thanks for having me back. It's always fun to be part of Thursday Night Live.
Well, you're back for a very special show, and I'm especially glad you're here because we're going to be talking about Cinelift drones with our guest tonight, Troy. Now, he told me how to say his last name, and he said that Kelly Green almost got it. I mean, Kelly Shores almost got it, but I'm going to perfect it. His last name is French. It's got like 3 silent letters in it and a tilde, and it's pronounced Naquin. Troy Naquin. Naquin, right?
Sure.
All right, very good. So we're going to talk to him tonight. He is an innovator, a builder of large drones that Jake uses. Those type of drones.
Yeah.
Those octocopter, red carrion, just brilliant pieces of engineering. And he builds them at Quad Standard Labs. We're going to talk to him about that. And we're going to have the weekly Boshart. There could be some surprises in there. You might need a little bit of therapy. And we're going to get the train going. Apparently, there's people hopping aboard the train. But first, Jake, tell us what you've been up to, man. What have you been up to in Alaska?
What have I been up to? I went and chased a helicopter with my FPV drones and a regular drone. I chased my buddy and his airplane with an FPV drone and a regular drone, and we flew out and paddled around a little lake, which I think you have some footage of for later, with icebergs in it. And what else? I hiked with my dad, who's 70. We hiked up to a very high altitude mountain lake, which was totally frozen over, and a really hard hike to get to, but it was awesome. The views are amazing. And I posted a video today, actually, that was filmed up there. And what else have I been doing? Mostly not getting ready for winter, because it already snowed 6 inches, and I'm just not ready for winter yet.
Is it supposed to be a bad winter up there in Alaska this year?
You know, I haven't talked to any of the old timers who are like, my bones are aching, it's gonna be a bad one.
Right.
But
going through the
like
farmers
they say that every year, and nobody ever knows.
Do you guys
whether or not winter's gonna be bad? Who knows?
Do you refer to the Farmer's Almanac like we do in the South?
Yeah, but it's
Are there any what kind of farms do you have in Alaska? Are there farms? There's got to be farms up there, right?
Yeah, we have ice farms.
Ice farms, snow farms.
And snow farms.
Igloo farms.
And then in the summer we have glacier mud farms for all of your facials,
what about icicle gardens? Do you have icicle gardens up there?
Oh, we do have icicle gardens. Yeah, we grow some of the best icicles that you've ever seen up here.
Oh, I heard you supply the world with their icicles.
We do.
If you see an icicle anywhere in the world, it originated from Alaska.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We ship them out. That's one of our major exports, icicles.
Yeah. We've both been drinking tonight. So before we get going, we have to thank our main sponsor. Of course, I'm talking about the Cadillac of processed meat. Ladies and gentlemen, you're snacking on it right now, no doubt. Pigeon and jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky,
the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. Thank you, pigeon jerky. A hearty snack since 1970. Awesome. Fantastic. And, oh my goodness. What was that? What was that?
That was an Alaskan pigeon.
Was it? Look, I want to thank before
we call them their ptarmigan, and they're white. I found this one the other day when I was hiking. And
get it off the track because here comes the super chat train. We don't want to run over any pigeons. I want to thank the early super chatters very much. I want to thank Rob Muller. This is before the stream even started with a €5. Thank you very much, Rob. Hi, Ken, TNL friends. Love from Harlem. And Drone Rob with the $20. Dumpty Humpty, and hello. Of course, he's referring to something we talked about this morning on the morning show. WJLI Rock 98.3, Paducah, Kentucky. Put the streaming link up there if anybody wants to listen worldwide. The Mojack with $8.99. Thank you so much. Good evening, Ken. Hope to join you live later, but just in case I don't, happy TNL. Thank you very much for the $8.99 pounder and $50. $50 from Aviano Aerial Photography. Thank you so much. And lest we not forget, we have been super chatted. Can you see Philip Koshat right down there? Thank you so much. And we've got them coming in right now. The train is a-rolling. It really does help to support the show. Thank you guys so much. I really, really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Because I would starve and wither away, and you'd never see the stream again if it weren't for you guys. TMC 3D with a $15 super chat. All aboard, he says. Thank you very much. Joe Blaylock with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Choo-choo, here comes the train. The Mojack again with a $4.49 pounder. Choo-choo, zzz, all aboard the sleeper super chat train. I guess that's for the people in Europe who are staying up. Alexa, what time is it in London right now?
In London, it's 1:05 a.m.
Good God. Thank you for staying up and watching this. And Rob Muller with another 2-pounder. Have a good show, you guys. Thank you, Rob. You're a huge supporter of the show. Media Mike. There's Media Mike with a $20. Good evening, Ken and Jake. Looking forward to a great TNL. And we planned it out with you in mind, Media Mike. I mean, everybody else can watch, but we made it just for you.
Yep. And the planning started like a month ago. You would not believe how far out in advance Ken plans this stuff.
Oh, you know it. And Newfoundland Drones with a Canadian $10 super sticker of a little fox laughing. And Jay Coleman. Is that the first time we've gotten a super something from Jay Coleman? Thank you very much. He didn't say anything, but he left us $4.49 poundage. Thank you so much. And Colonel Potter, 4007 with $5. Hey, second time catching one of your live streams. I didn't get stickers from you about 3 months ago, and I still haven't received them. Well, email me a reminder. Okay? Email me a reminder right here, and I will send some more out. It must be one of my people. You know, you can't hire decent people. What's that? It's just me? Okay. I'm trying to remember everything. If it slipped through the cracks, I do apologize. I will send you a bonus sticker just because I forgot. All right, Mr. Potter, Colonel. And Genesee, $10. Thank you, Genesee, for your balloon ride. Yes, Jake, have I told you about where I've been invited?
You mentioned something about hot air balloons and doing something fun, and I'm already intensely jealous.
Yeah,
so.
I will tell you, I've been invited to come out to Arizona in November and do this. Look at that. These wacky hot air balloon guys try to dive into canyons, and I'm going to go with them. And
see, now there's 2 reasons I'm jealous of you there.
Yeah.
One is the hot air balloon. Period. It'd be so cool.
Right.
2 is you are going to be in Arizona, and I'm not. I'll be up here freezing to death.
Oh, right.
You'll be in someplace warm.
It'll be a little bit warmer.
Thank you.
No snow at all there. So thank you, Genesee. Appreciate it. And let's see who else here. The train's still going.
It's still going.
God, I can't even scroll. All right. Oh, Northern Tier FPV with a $20. Hey, man, thanks for all you do. No, thank you for all you do for the channel. What you just did. It helps a great deal. It really, really does.
That's right.
Big Water UAV Solutions with a $5, a $5 for the Mazda, which I will get back here in the next few days. The motor was put in yesterday, in case you're curious. I could talk for hours. I could have a whole channel about that damn thing. But I'll be getting it back soon, so I'll be heading back up to Chicago. If you're in the Chicago area, maybe we can meet up and fly a little bit when I pick up my car. King Hero the Great One. King Hero the Great One with a $20. Thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. And Ted Bowman with a $5. Thank you, Ted. Oh, these super stickers are cool. I've never seen these before. Johnny Caffeine with a $5. And Drone Rob back again. Hey, thanks. Hopping on, he says. Tim Rennan with a $20. You know, it really does. You know, this stream is free, and you can sit back and not say anything, not get involved, and not help out the channel. But you're doing it, and man, from the bottom of my heart, it really means a lot. It really, really does. It motivates me. I mean, just to have this many people watching the stream means a lot. So we'll get through this. Hopefully, we can get to the news coming right up with Jeff Sills. He's standing by. Tim says, I want on the train. Thank you for great shows, Ken. You're welcome. Justin Dreeling with a $5. Thanks for everything you do for the drone community. You are very welcome. I'm glad to be a part of it. And Artco, Drone Solutions with a $5 for your FPV stepladder. Yeah, members, I made a video of members only where I crashed inside a building under construction and I had to climb up there on some hinky ladders. So if you're not a member, do consider becoming a member, as we have 0 new members yet tonight during the stream, and the goal is 10. But I think the immediate goal is just 1. Just 1. And Florida Drone Media, $5. Thank you very much. And the caboose looks to be Matt Bugby Aerial Views with another $5. Thank you so much. Thanks for the Thursday night laughs. I see some more coming in. We'll get back to those here in just a minute. But first, here is Jake with one of his funniest jokes of the night, and go.
Oh, wow. So I was hiking in Alaska when I encountered a family of sleeping bears. Just had to take a photo.
Uh-huh.
It was a Kodiak moment.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, you'd have to be an older person to remember the slogan, the Kodak moment.
Isn't that sad?
I mean, but I mean, we're all photographers, right? So we know what film was. We've heard of Kodak. Are they still doing stuff? Are they?
I think they just own a bunch of patents and they just go around suing people for patent infringement now.
Oh, well, if they sue people, I just want to say, I love Kodak. They are the best. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who made the wall with this week's, and trust me when I say, this will stay with you like stale fish. This is the weekly
Hi, Ken.
Boshart.
It's your Uncle Extra Medium back again with another episode of the weekly Boshart. Let's get into it, shall we?
Okay.
What's the difference between a brothel and a circus?
What?
A circus has cunning stunts.
Oh,
I went into a strip club the other day and I saw a naked fat stripper on a table. I said, hey, nice legs. And she said, do you really think so? I said, yeah, normally those legs would have broke a long time ago. I remember when I was a kid, I went to the store with $1. I would come home with 3 bags of chips, 2 candy bars, 6 Starburst, and a soda. Nowadays, they've got cameras everywhere. What do Disney World and Viagra have in common? They both make you stand around for an hour for a 2-minute ride. I really do hate strip clubs. I can't touch her, she can't touch me, I can't touch myself. It's like being at home with the wife.
Oh.
Here's another light bulb joke. What's the difference between a pregnant woman and a light bulb?
what?
You can unscrew a light bulb.
Oh, my God.
The other week, Jason Shepard gave us his dream come true. Being on a plane and both pilots passing out so he could be the hero and fly it. Well, my dream come true is being on the set and the director saying, oh my God, Ron Jeremy just passed out. Hey, clown boy, you're in. And I think my time is up. So, bye and bye.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Jake, like I said, he doesn't run these by me. He's just like, here it is. But thanks for that. We have a special Boshart surprise for everybody later during the news.
Oh, cool.
By the way, okay? And
hey, by the way, we need to welcome Will Brown. Joined the Heronbirds tonight just a few minutes
ago.
Oh,
we got a couple new members. Thank you. Thank you very much. Will Brown is a new member, and Ken Torbeck, thank you for becoming a member as well. You know, we can never have too many Kens. We can never over Ken. We can't. Speaking of Ken, did you see Ken Dono on Boshart's wall?
Yes, I did.
It's still not Kelly Green. Sorry, Kelly. And now, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
All the latest industry drone news for you. Let's head into the drone newsosphere with Jeff Sills. What's happening, buddy?
All right, now I did hear correctly earlier that Media Mike is in the chat. He's watching, right? Because we prepared for this.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So the news is specifically for Media Mike.
I needed to make sure that because I didn't want to start doing this if he wasn't around.
Right. Now, before you get into the news, Jeff, before you get into the news, and, I repost the news just by itself later on my channel for people who are too lazy to fast forward through the stream, but you're going to want to go back and watch it so that you get some context about what I'm about to share with you. Okay. Now, Mr. Boshart, Uncle Medium, he just had his segment where he dressed up as the crazy clown. And in an ode to you, Jeff. Now, everybody remembers this sexy image from Jeff Sills, our newsman, right? You remember that, Jeff, right?
I can't get it out of my head, but yeah.
Right. Well, we have some extra cheesecake just for the ladies. Ladies and gentlemen. Sexiest clown alive. Boom. Right there. Soak it in, ladies. Soak it in. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
I can't wait for him to be on one of your T-shirts.
Oh, really? Well, they're available right now. You can get one right now. I will throw the link in there.
For just a low price of $9.95, you can get this too. Just pay shipping and handling.
Well, it's a little more than $9.95. It's $20 for the sexy Uncle Medium, and lest we not forget, of course, the Jeff Sills Breaking News and Heart shirts still available.
We
there
can forget that.
All right. And now back to you in the newsroom, sir.
All right. So courtesy of DJI, the one company that for some reason can't keep anything secret, we now have new photographs of the Mavic 3. These were apparently captured by somebody by the name of Jesper Ellens and shows close-up shots of the product. And so, I mean, it pretty much takes all of the magic away. You now know what it looks like, and you know what. I mean, it's chunky. It
is kind of chunky. The camera kind of looks retro-y, doesn't it? A little bit, a little retro.
Yeah,
a
little bit.
Is this something you'd be interested in, Jake?
Yeah, potentially. If it has a better camera, better image quality, I probably would be. I looked on the specs. It looks like it's not that much heavier than the Mavic 2 Pro, which has been a pretty good workhorse drone for me. But
the flight time is improved. It looks like.
Yeah, flight time looks great, which I'm really excited about. I've really been hoping they'd come out with an Inspire 3, but who knows?
Oh, I'm being told by my producer that doesn't exist. It also has a pencil sharpener.
Ooh, yeah. Now I'm interested for sure.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it has a pencil sharpener. You just stick the pencil in there and you sharpen it up, which is, I mean, all drone flyers need a pencil sharpener on their drone.
Well, yeah. How else do you fill out all your pilot logs and stuff?
That's right.
Absolutely. That'll work for me. All right. So, Emmacolli, Florida, more than 20 years ago, the state of Florida was producing 250 million boxes of oranges each season. But this year, they're predicting that they're only going to make about 52 million boxes. And the staggering decline is because of damage from hurricanes, dwindling demand, the citrus greening. So they've turned to drones to assist in making this.
Technology has come so far, and that includes right here in the citrus groves of Southwest Florida. Traditionally, growers would have to check their crops from the ground, but not anymore. Thanks to drones, they can do so from above.
So it has 5 different lenses here. So in the University of Florida research field near Immokalee. Yes, I did my pre-flight checks and everything looks good. It's time for takeoff.
It's very easy to fly. It doesn't take a lot of time. They're not very expensive.
And it's what this drone can capture, combined with ground imaging and artificial intelligence, that could be a game changer for Florida citrus.
We developed this software, we call it AgroView. That gives you a lot of information about your farm.
These are all citrus fields. We went inside to see exactly what it can do. Everything from taking inventory, the height, health of trees, and more.
This area here is because there are small trees.
To nutrient analysis, to now even predicting the yield, the output of the crop, and with precision.
The accuracy was 90% plus. It can be 95, it can be 98.
And that's huge for growers who've traditionally used old school on-the-ground methods to predict their yield, which UF says is not as accurate. Plus,
It's very time consuming, and also it's very expensive because, as I said, you need to have people in the field to collect all this fruit, count the fruit, and also you waste the yield.
UF is still developing the tech and working to get it to our growers, but it could end up benefiting all of us. More efficient growers mean less environmental impacts, and saving them money could mean cheaper prices for you at the store.
So that's cool, but did anybody see the two things he did wrong? Either one of you guys?
You mean flying the drone?
With his thumbs?
Oh.
I mean, that's a matter of opinion. That's a matter of opinion. But if you're
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but you can get, I mean, if you're going to do that kind of flying, you want to do it with the pinch method. The other thing, he left the lens cover on while he started the camera, and it's auto gimbal calibration, which will throw the weight off. I'm just saying, I mean, you know.
And was I the only one hoping he was going to hit a tree branch when they were flying backward while the guy was talking? I was just like, come on, just hit a tree branch and go.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does that. When you fly your drone backward around trees, you hit a tree branch and it goes down. And
yeah, that's a pretty expensive drone to hit a tree with, though.
There are entire YouTube channels dedicated to flying into trees. All right, so next we have in the news, this is a concept video. This is something where somebody is trying to envision how drones would be used, and the credit goes to a person by the name of Dexermanoff. And I'm sorry, but this is kind of cool.
And scary?
So the drones would fly up, and they station themselves high above a target, right?
Yeah.
And then the drone itself isn't the weapon. The drones simply position the weapon, and then you get this little reaction.
Okay. Oh. Wow. Wow. When is that going to happen?
I have no idea. Like I said, it's a concept video, but it is intriguing. I saw that, and I just had to share it because that was one of those things where you're like, I could actually see somebody building that.
You know, that might be why we're having a chip shortage. Right? I mean, think about it. You know, there's testing grounds where all these really super duper souped up weapons, you know, they got the chips in them that we need, and they're just blowing them up. Okay, I'm just saying, stop blowing up our chips, guys. Come on.
All right, so next in the news, the Cumbre Vella volcano in La Palma, Spain has been erupting and putting lava out, and the lava flow from that has been causing extreme damage. But there has been some amazing drone footage that has been, I guess, captured. One of which is this particular one where the lava flow happens to be heading along to this house that has a pool in the backyard. And the reaction to lava and pool is rather extreme.
It would be a nice temperature for about 10 seconds. But then you'd be boiled alive like a frog.
Yeah, it just starts boiling the water and then poof.
Yeah. Later on this video, there's something that people are calling the miracle house, where the lava just went around it and left the house.
Yes.
But look at this. Doesn't this look CGI? This looks like video game stuff here. Wow. That's a lot of steam.
And this is not a small lava flow. This lava flow is huge. It's enveloping a very large area.
Yeah. Gosh. Was everybody able to get away from this? Were there any victims?
I haven't read anything about anybody that was killed by this, but a lot of people are being displaced. And you know, I would assume that there's probably businesses along the same route, etc. This lava flow is heading toward the sea, so it's not going to stop anytime soon.
How frustrating would it be to be a homeowner and just see that coming towards you at like half a mile an hour or however it's going?
Yeah.
And knowing that, well, that's it. At least
there's no way to stop that.
Time to get your precious photos out and things like that. And if see that house right there?
Yeah.
If there's nothing wrong with it, would you go back and live in it? If your house is fine, but everybody in your neighborhood was gone. I mean, would you? I might.
If you could get once the lava flow cooled and you could get a road drawn out to it, that would probably be one of the safest places to live.
I mean, it would be a tourist attraction, certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting. I'm glad that It's slow enough to where people can run from it.
All right, so next in the news, a partnership with Ascent Aerial Systems has come up with a coaxial unmanned aerial system technology. This is a LiDAR-enabled mapping drone, and it uses a very unique body style. It has coaxial blades.
Is that
so
it?
there isn't the traditional 4 blades. One blade spins one way, the other blade spins the other way, and that's how it maintains its balance and keeps its position.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're using this to with a technology that creates 3-dimensional LiDAR points, and they use this for doing 3D pictures in GPS-denied environments.
Where's your hand, Jake? I saw you doing something. There it is. Cool.
So,
yeah.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the whole coaxial blade thing just always throws me for a loop. I just look at that, I'm like, how in the world is that even gonna work? And I know they work, but it makes no sense to me on a physics level on how that thing actually works.
What about the V-copter? Do you like that, Jake? With the two?
I look at the V-copter and I'm like, all I see is problems.
Yeah, because not only
you got
have
the little
to
actuating motors that are gonna eventually, one drop of water in the right spot, and one of those is gonna fry. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very gimmicky. There's no reason for it. Other than gimmick. It's not better in any way.
Well, the coaxial helicopter, or the coaxial method, has been around for a long time. I mean, Igor created helicopters that use that method, and the benefit to those helicopters is that they didn't need a tail rotor. And
is that the one? Is that the helicopter whose blades cross over?
No, that's the came off. That's the one where they're side by side. There's a Russian attack helicopter that has the 2 blades vertically over each other, and that's a very impressive little piece of machinery.
Yeah, that thing. Somebody in the chat, let me know what that thing's called. Where it's got the 2, motors. Then they cross over.
They go like this, like an egg beater.
I would not ride it. I just wouldn't, even though it's proven technology that I can't wrap my head around.
So,
yeah.
You want to derail this for a second?
Sure.
So, a Chinook helicopter, right? It's a very large military heavy lift helicopter. There's 2 rotor blades, one in the front, one in the back. Coincidentally, it's one of the fastest helicopters out there. They're ridiculously fast.
Right.
But it has an actuator on the rear rotor and the front rotor that makes the blade go up, so that when the rotor blades are passing over the body of the aircraft, they get pushed up high enough so they don't crush and rip through the body of the aircraft.
Oh my God.
And every time I see one of those things, I'm just like, oh,
because they droop down under their own weight so much.
Right, because they're huge. I mean, they're 3 feet wide, and they're 40 feet long or something, so they droop way down. So they've got a little thing in the gearing system that as that blade comes around, it pushes it up like this.
I think the California Forestry Service just got one of those to help fight the fires where it can pick up 30,000 gallons of water or something.
Yeah.
That's
they
really
can pick up an insane amount of weight, and they can fly ridiculously fast. It's crazy how fast they fly.
As big as that helicopter is, the precision that they have. You've seen the videos where, like in Afghanistan, where they'll back the helicopter up to the side of a mountain and everybody will run out and the helicopter's sitting there hanging off a cliff, and the precision for the blades and stuff has to be exacting. There's a video that has been floating around on the internet for years of a Chinook where one of the blades was out of alignment, and this was on a test bed, and you're sitting there watching the helicopter, and the blades start shaking, and then that tail section in the back starts wobbling back and forth, and pow, the whole thing just falls apart. So it's a very, very precise.
Let me apologize to our guest who is now growing cobwebs. That's all right, Jeff. You just go on.
Thank you very much.
I know. Can I derail for a second?
This is
and then Jeff was like, "Oh, that's the green light for me to talk forever."
Okay. Next in the news, we have this wonderful video. This is, I guess, something that was posted recently on Your Future Car as a series. This is a drone that can save lives.
Oh, this is cool. This is really, really cool.
Yeah, so they've got this heavy lift drone set up in a way that it can lift people. And the idea is that they will use this powerful drone to rescue people. And I would imagine, from the towers, that would probably be very beneficial, because the guys that climb up those radio towers, there's not a lot of things that can get up there to rescue them quickly.
And they can
happen to one of these heavy
looks like
drones
they
nearby.
can deliver people up to locations too.
Yeah.
And I mean, certainly, how many toddlers can that be? I mean, if it can lift a grown adult, you can lift. How many toddlers could that? I mean, what was the maximum carrying weight?
I missed it.
Oh, well, you could load up the toddlers with that.
Probably, yes.
Look at this.
I would imagine
That's great. I see technology like this, and, not to get too dark or down or anything, but really could use something like this during 9/11, don't you think?
Yeah.
I honestly think, and I know that maybe you think this is silly, but I think buildings over a certain height should have parachutes on the roof in an emergency. At the very least, even if they're up there, nobody's ever parachuted before, it's a better chance than you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's companies that have developed all sorts of different types of backpacks, things that can be stored on floors.
Great.
Where they can go to a special window and just out the place. So.
Great, perfect. Yeah.
All right, so next in the news, this one is just for Ken, because naturally he believes in all manners of mysteries. Yeah. This young canoeist happened to catch the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, is that right? Is that what happened? This is the Loch Ness Monster? Did we finally catch the elusive cryptid? Did we?
You're right there with that pole. Hooked it,
yeah.
stake it, reel it in.
What kind of bait do you use for Loch Ness? What is Nessie like? Okay, let me freeze.
No idea, but Camper Richard Mayborn shot footage.
Jake, did you say puppies? Hold on. I think Jake said, I said what kind of bait? Jake said puppies. Jake, shame on you. But, if the Loch Ness Monster ate only puppies, there'd be people out there tossing puppies in Loch Ness. But look at this. Look at this. Do you think? What is it? Is it Nessie? Is that real? Is it fake? What do you think, guys?
No idea.
Jake is eating his dinner.
I watched the video, and it just looks like a lens aberration or a water reflection aberration or something like that. The way it moves in the water is really odd to me.
Yeah,
I don't really have an opinion on it. I just think it's fantastic video footage.
It is cool video footage.
If it was Loch Ness, it would be a lot more animate and not just, because they.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like this sort of just weird frozen deal that drifts in. It like.
Here's the complaint, though. For
one more time.
Years, for decades, people have been supposedly taking pictures of Nessie, and all of them are grainy, crappy, hard to see photographs that you can't tell. This is the first time anybody's ever caught what they consider might be something with a 4K video, high definition camera. I mean, that right there in itself shows that if the Loch Ness Monster actually did exist with all of these much better cameras, eventually somebody will capture a photograph of it sometime.
I think it's
big as well.
I think it's BS. I think it's BS. There's no Nessie. Come on. Come on.
So next we have the U.S. Forest Service is dealing with the McCash fire. And this is a 92,639 acre area. 36% of this fire is contained right now. But they're using drones to start fires.
To start fires. For fire breaks.
Yes.
Yes, just
they're
to be sure.
They're using this as an ignition process to be able to go in and create fire breaks.
Right. That's where we get the term fight fire with fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we've seen these drones in the news in the past where, you would see them dropping these little white phosphorus, pellets that would then start the fire, and it would stitch a line along a certain path. And so, they're starting to use those. And the biggest complaint back in the past was, do they want drones flying around these forest fires? And obviously they've been able to prove the technology enough that they're using it in one that is pretty.
I think this is like the largest forest fire that's ever been in the state, and they're desperate, and they're gonna try anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So good for them.
What I don't understand is why nobody has gone. Okay, so we need somebody with an FPV drone, and we're gonna drag a flare behind you, and we just want you to rip down this line of trees at 90 miles an hour and light it on. I mean, come on. Why?
Well,
clearly they don't know what FPV people are capable of.
But true. But Mr. Steele, Johnny FPV, they're busy diving the Burj Khalifa and stuff. They don't want to.
Plus, they'd have to put up with the person screaming in glee as the whole time he does the thing. So,
right, that would be bad for optics, wouldn't it? Be like, woohoo!
Yeah.
All right.
This is awesome.
All right. So next in the news, Chinese researchers from a military-linked university have completed the first open sea test in the Paracel Islands of a bionic robot that looks and swims like a manta ray.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So the China Daily posted photographs of this particular, I guess, unmanned underwater drone. It was able to accomplish a 1,000-meter dive in the open sea, and it includes gliding, and then it will, I guess, undulate or flap the wings like a manta ray to be able to provide propulsion.
That's very cool. Oh, this just from my producer. It doesn't exist. I don't understand. But just read it. Okay, he says, we all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live. You're fired.
I work really hard on
What
this.
What color was that?
It was a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it.
Don't mind me. I'm just here for the news. All right. So some of you might be interested in this because apparently on Amazon, you can go and sign up to be the first person to have the Amazon's flying ring drone. Which is now apparently going to be available by invitation only.
I have signed up. I hope they call me up to the big leagues.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words, Always Home Cam might be worth 1,000 cameras. With this device, you no longer need to have a camera installed everywhere, since it can basically fly anywhere inside and give you the view you need when you need it. For example, when you're away, you can just press a button. It'll fly a pre-planned route and show you what's going on. It can also be set to do routes based on a triggered event, like flying to a ring door alarm sensor when it's tripped in away mode. And like all of our products and services, privacy is foundational. The camera lens is covered when it's in the dock, and it only films when it's in motion. Today, we're opening up the invite list for Always Home Cam. If you want to be one of the first to get your hands on this device, I would sign up quick.
Yeah, sign up quick. And by the way, I'm gonna call it right now. Okay, I'm gonna call it right now. Rotor Riot will figure out a way to put it into acro mode and start doing and ripping with it. They'll go outside the house. They won't be just in the house. They'll figure out a way. They'll Frankenstein that thing. It'll be like,
surprisingly enough, I was expecting it to be considerably more expensive than it was. I mean, that device there is selling for $250.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're advertising that for $250.
Oh, what's that? What's that, producer?
Am I the only one who remembers everybody screaming about privacy when drones first came on the market? Now it's like, yes, please, Amazon, give me a drone that films everything and put cameras all over my house.
And by the way, you have to read the small print because they won't sell that drone to households that have cats. Because you know what'll happen. You'll be at the office. Oh, I wonder what's going on with Toby at the house. Little Mittens. What's that? Let's see. Check out Mittens. And then you turn it on. It's just a camera on the ground. You can see parts and the camera, and the cat just because the cat's gonna go nuts for that.
The last 3 seconds of drone footage would be a cat just coming at it.
That'd be awesome.
All right, back to the news.
Yeah.
So in Australia, the government and researchers are teaming up to use drones then facial recognition technology in an effort to count and monitor and protect the nation's koala bears. If you don't remember, Australia had a really, really bad drought, and in the past, and a lot of the wildlife was being affected by that. There were videos of koala bears that would crawl out and to people and try to get water, etc. So they're using this in the Cleveland Wildlife Park in Adelaide Hills, and they're testing this ability to be able to use the imagery from these drones to get an accurate count of the number of koala bears. And the facial recognition obviously is there to make sure they don't count the same koala bear twice.
Oh, cool.
So very interesting. I can't wait to see more from the results of this.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes. Ken.
Yeah.
Ken always requires that we find ourselves something a little bit more upscale and fast.
Yes.
So here's an FPV drone chasing a kiteboarder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
oh yeah. Jake, have you ever done that? Not fly the FPV club, but have you ever done that? Kite surfing?
No, but I have wanted to. People do it up here all the time. In the winter especially, they'll do snowboards and kites just like that.
Really?
Go ripping. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of spots up here that freeze solid and always just have tons of wind whipping through. And it's some of the most spectacular windsurfing in the world.
Can
and
you
in the winter,
windsurf off of a glacier?
Snowboards.
You can windsurf off a glacier into the water?
No, I wouldn't do that. That would be suicide. But I would do it on a frozen lake.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
I say that as I've been a guy to ride a mountain bike down a glacier onto the lake water. So yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow, that was really
that
really
was
cool.
when I was younger though, and less mature, and just yeah.
Oh, how old are you, Jake?
42.
Are you in your 40s? I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yep.
You're
40.
holding up well. That dry air up there is a good preservant.
Well, I mean, that's how do you keep things fresh for longer? You freeze it.
Oh, true. Good point. You had that one in your hip pocket.
Yeah. So 50
Just
years
for you.
from now, we'll still be having Jake on the show.
Yeah.
We'll be skeletons in these chairs, but Jake will be here.
That's it. As you can tell by looking at me, ladies, that I use the pickling method to preserve myself.
All right. So next in the news, there was recently a endurance challenge that was put forth to all of the first responder UAS drones that have been coming into the market.
Today about our solution for
this is
a
cool.
first responder team in need of unmanned aerial system in the scenario of a search and rescue mission.
The key value proposition of this aircraft, again, is to enable first responders to do their job better.
What the UAS industry really needs is a safe, reliable, economical, and highly deployable solution when needed. The main thing this competition...
Are we back? Did I do it in time? Did I do it in time? Please stand by. I gotta... Oh, thanks, Wirecast. It's been so long. It's been so long since you messed up on me. I think we're going. Are we going? Back? Okay, good. Is my face red? Because, I mean, we had a good long run. Without any screw-ups. But I think Jeff Sills will know what the problem is. Because he's smart. Let me get the fellers back on. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Stand by. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why did the candle read Shakespeare?
Why?
He liked to wax poetic.
Jeffrey.
Hello.
Hey, man, what happened?
I don't know. I decided that I was gonna, hop off for just a little bit, and I figured.
Now's not the time for jokes. Now's not the time for jokes. I just want a straight answer. If you could. Okay. Do you remember when I was talking? By the way, we're streaming. Do you remember when I was talking with you about, and I said the computer just shut down? when I played the video? Same thing that happened before that we spent all that money on. Remember that?
Yeah, we've played how many videos
I
today?
know. But
and it was in the middle of
changed
that video.
We changed the version of VLC. Remember?
We reverted it back, to an older version that didn't have the problem.
So, for something other than Wirecast. By the way, all of your super chats, gone. All right, and we're back. Because YouTube isn't smart enough to retain that information. I think I need a moment. I think I need an emergency Raz.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah. We've got to step into the emergency Raz chamber. I know, we're still doing the news, and we have our guest who expected to be on about 10 minutes ago, but no, that 'twas not to be. 'Twas not to be, but here we are in the Raz chamber. This is just an emergency Raz. We'll have another one later. But Wirecast, you can just go to blazes. Go to blazes, Wirecast. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But I also love you. You know what I mean? The love-hate relationship. But anyway, everything's good here in the Raz. Nothing bad can happen. Everything is fine, so sit back and enjoy. Damn it, I farted in the Raz. The hell. That was the first time. First time for everything.
Yeah.
So what do you think that was before I do it again?
Well, it doesn't follow the same pattern that we've had in the past. In the past, you would start the video and it would immediately crash. In this case, it was actually playing the video for a while, and you had played multiple videos beforehand, and then it crashed. So I have no idea.
Fantastic. See, this is what I don't like because, and thanks for coming back, everybody. Because now I'm just ready for it to happen again. And if it happens again, I'm gonna have a damn aneurysm. And now you guys can talk amongst yourselves while I catch up and do things I got to do. And only the live people will see this because I'm cutting this out when I put this back on for the news. So talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, all right. So, Jake, of all of the drones that you fly, I mean, I noticed that you had a lot of FPV drones, but are you still flying the GPS drones, the slow drones, like I like to call them?
Yeah, I fly the Air 2S a ton. I love that drone. I fly the crap out of that thing. And for me, it's like, I mean, for the work I get hired to do, right now it's probably like 20-25% FPV stuff, and the rest is like GPS stabilized drones. That's still the most in demand type of drone footage, and I think that's going to change as FPV gets more into director and director of photography producers' heads on what it can do and what it can bring. But right now, I think GPS is still the what's in demand for the most part.
So when the person comes to you and says they want to hire you to fly FPV, are they just specifically looking for high speed shots of something or something that's very...
I hate to mute them. I really do, but how many shows have we done where everything went smoothly? So many. Let me apologize to Troy Naquin, whose name I'm pronouncing flawlessly, no doubt. I apologize. We're going to have you on as soon as we finish the news. But that story that we were just playing...
out the window.
Dare I play that video again? Is that part of our problem?
We can skip to the next one.
Well,
I don't want to be the cause of an aneurysm.
Is it the player? Because I can update VLC right now live. I can do it. I don't care.
I appreciate it if you would not.
I can do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it? Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. So
next in the news, we have a company called by North Bay who is in the process of deploying a drone that goes into mines as a rescue device. This small form drone is specifically designed to be able to fly down into the mines. It does not require GPS. It uses LiDAR and other methods to be able to keep it from colliding with the sides of the mine shaft. But it will go where debris and smoke normally would obstruct rescuers, because that's one of the biggest things whenever these mine accidents happen. The rescuers can't get into the mine because of all of the smoke and everything coming out of the mine, whereas this drone can fly through all that and get a better picture of what's going on in the mine faster, so that the rescue efforts can be more detailed as to where they need to be or what type of rescue is required. So cool. I'm really looking forward to, I will say this. I hope to God I never see this drone in action, but if they ever have a mine accident, I do hope that they put this in and try to use it to rescue people's lives.
Very good.
All right, and last in the news, this one, I guess Autel could take a line or two from DJI when they don't want to share something.
This is just hype. This is so fake. This is so fake. But check out this intentional marketing teaser video as it crashes my computer again. Here it comes. Here comes the crash.
大家好，我是苏克，先给大家介绍3款龙鱼无人机，分别是龙鱼 Lite、龙鱼 Pro、龙鱼 Standard。这个橙色的是 Evo 2系列，分别是 Evo 2、Evo 2 Pro、Evo 2 Dual 60T、Evo 2 RTK、Evo 2行业版。这个黑色的箱子是 Evo 2
And now here's a
防爆
case.
箱。
Oh, what's that behind it? What's that behind it? Oh no, you're not supposed to look at that. Oh no. So stupid. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you excited about the new line of drones from Autel, Jake?
I'm excited for the fact that there's more competition coming on the space. I always think that's a good thing. I hope that Autel can produce them in a timely manner, because that's always seems to have been an issue even before the chip shortages. And yeah, I want to play with that. I always think it's great that there's more competition coming in, because that's going to push everybody else to continue to push technology forward.
Absolutely.
Rather than just sitting on what they have done.
Keep DJI from being lazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe it'll keep DJI from putting out another damn stupid smartphone gimbal. We got smartphone gimbals coming out our asses. We don't need that.
Actually, I'm looking forward to them having a nice fight over who's going to have the lowest price.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and by the way...
competition drives the prices down.
By the way, Autel is hopping on the geofencing bandwagon. They're going to be updating their firmware, and then they're not going to be the outlaw anymore. So sorry. Oh, and they're not an American company. You knew that, right? I mean, you could tell from the video. Okay, okay. Anyway,
I've had that conversation with people before. They're like, I'm not buying DJI because of the Chinese, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, what are you gonna buy? I'm gonna get an Autel. I'm like, so what's the difference? They're both made and done in China. It's just,
they have
like, if you really don't want to do that, then you got to go with Parrot or you got to go with Skydio. Like, there's very few options at that point.
Right. Autel has an address here in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah. To try to fool you, but they're not fooling you.
Before Ken continues on with the rest of the show, I wanted to let him know that I will be nearby, hopefully.
Nearby?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
As soon as I get off of this, man, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Jeff.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. And now, I want to make sure this chat is matching what the actual chat is. So please, members, go ahead and hit the pick me. Pick me. Let's do a contest right now. Pick me. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I got the right chat going. Because that's another thing that F's up. Oh, I'm a little mad.
It looks right to me.
Okay. Okay, good. So I will let Jake pick 3 people to win a GPC SD card holder from GPC. And I would say pick 2 members and 1 non-member. All right. Pick 2 and then we're gonna call Troy Naquin, who is standing by. And who are the winners?
Holy cow. All right, so the non-member is B Musca 64.
B Musca 64, okay. And you can become a member if you like, now that I've bribed you with a GPC SD card holder.
That's true. And then JJ Drones.
JJ Drones, all right. And
Eric Swanson.
Excellent. Congratulations, you guys. Very good. Remind me, because I forget stuff, that you won. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com, and I will get those to you. Toot sweet! And we can stop saying pick me. All right. Toot sweet!
Yeah, please stop saying pick me.
All right. So before we bring in, no, well, we need to call him right now. We need to call him right now. Troy Naquin. I think I'm saying his name right. So here is Jake with a joke as I cause the stream to crash one more time.
What did the one hunter say to the other hunter when he picked up his backpack?
What?
This thing weighs a tundra.
Are these all Alaska jokes? Do you have any lower 48 jokes?
How do you get a squirrel to like you?
How?
You act like a nut.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think we have Troy. Come in, Troy.
Hey.
Hey. Vertical video from the cinema guy. Come on.
Oh, no.
Come on.
No.
There you go.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Making me dizzy.
I gotta switch settings here,
okay.
Right?
You must have been just doing some TikToking, right?
Yeah, right. No, we'll go this way.
Excellent. Welcome to the show, Troy. Welcome.
Let me know if this works. Sorry.
All right.
I apologize. I'm at home and not at the office tonight.
I apologize for Wirecast killing the stream briefly. I apologize for that. Am I saying your name right? It's Troy Naquin? Close?
Man, I tried to tell you this, man. I got a wife of 20 years pretty much that can't say it right. Naquin?
Naquin.
I didn't even say it right.
Naquin.
Naquin. It's Cajun French. The Q is a K. The N is silent at the end. Naquin. But I probably don't say it right either.
Naquin.
I hardly ever say it.
Got it. Naquin. Yeah. Got it. All right.
Yeah, Troy.
So, for people who don't know you and who aren't on your Beard of the Month calendar.
Beard of the Month calendar.
Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Well, I follow this guy Cristobal over here that does like Gold Rush and all the other shows. Oh no, that's Jake Sloan. I'm sorry. Dude, you look like you're right off a Discovery set, bro. Like you're like backstage, like about to bring Tony Beats in and Peacemakers around the corner. Like, dude, love it. No, my name's Troy. Some people may know me from a previous FPV life as Chef PV, which was kind of when I was a hobbyist and an enthusiast and just somebody kind of navigating this whole world. I kind of was known for being that person on YouTube and some other stuff, nothing too crazy. But basically, I saw FPV and drones, and not just FPV, but drones in general, and then FPV. And I saw all these things coalescing and decided to like find my way into doing it for a living, not knowing what doing it for a living would mean. I'm not a shooter. I'm not a camera guy, so I don't have any of those skill sets under my belt. But I build stuff really well because I was a chef. I'm able to kind of make things happen in sequence often and time again, and coordinate a lot of things together. So it just kind of worked. So now we build drones for a living. My company, we build drones and provide drones for professionals to use in FPV.
Excellent.
So that's the short answer.
Excellent. By the way, can you see us?
I can. Can you not see me?
Okay, no, just because since the crash, everything is screwed up. I just want to make sure that you can see us.
I feel like I actually I should have never messaged you, Jake, to let you know that I was not even like on time myself. But the crash happened right when I was rushing home from soccer practice for my kiddo.
Oh, good. It was divine intervention.
Jake, tell him not to call me for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it crashed. We actually walked in, and I didn't know if my internet, like connectivity switching between the car and the house, like crashed the video, because it happened right as I walked in the back door. So I was freaking out, going, "Oh my gosh!"
Anyway, it all worked out. It all worked out. So you build Cinelifters. For people who don't know, what is a Cinelifter?
Yeah, man, there's so much. You guys touched on so much already. It was awesome, kind of hearing the whole talk, especially with Jake about FPV and the directors and meeting those higher ups. And I know that's not part of the question, but I just wanted to say I'd love to talk about that at some point, because that's a huge. I've had about 3 hours of the phone calls today talking about that, and me and Jake have talked about that a lot. We build Cinelifters, which to some people and some of the real drone pros out there will tell you they've been Cinelifting forever, and it's just called a heavy lift drone. And our drones are small. But basically the idea is, the term comes, I think it was coined by my understanding by kind of Benoit Fink, who's known as Finky FPV out of Europe. He's one of like the most cutting edge, especially when it comes to Europe. He's probably at the top. With Freybot and a couple other people out there, as far as, again, kind of being at the core foundation of implementing FPV on sets and really getting what we were just talking about, getting directors and different people to recognize and then buy into it. And then they get, in Europe, directors are ahead of the game by a year, probably. And so putting big cameras on FPV drones was the next step from what they started doing, which was 2 or 3 years ago, putting naked GoPros on micro drones and doing some really crazy things, actually going as far back as 2015 and the guys at Muscle Beach, putting those GoPros on there and using them in cinematic ways on mainstream or big screen forms. And so the next iteration was Cinelifters, which was how do we put a big camera like a Komodo, Z-Cam, BGH1, Blackmagic Pocket, whatever you want to do, FX6, and put it on a FPV drone and fly it. And so that's where, Cinelifter came from, was Benoit kind of coined that term and made a group. And then that kind of I ran with it with hashtagging. Anybody knows me, I love my hashtags. So I've helped kind of propagate the hashtaggery of it.
Hashtaggery. Yeah. I love that.
Hashtaggery.
I'm going to start using that. Yeah. No, that's great. And Jake was just showing off. Now this is a little out of my realm and my budget, but Jake's, and you guys have worked together, haven't you? You guys know each other?
Jake's bought some stuff for me. Jake's a huge supporter of kind of what I'm doing, or what I'm a part of doing, at least. I don't no way want to claim anything, man. Like the drones you're seeing right there are not my designs, are not my continual ideas. They're maybe bits and pieces, or kind of some things that evolved from me talking to maybe Andy or not Chris, but different people that are involved in this stuff. That's what at the heart of what Quad Standard Labs really was. And so it kind of, to follow up on the original question of what I'm doing and what we're doing. I started Quad Standard Labs after working in various companies. I've worked for some of those Chinese companies chasing DJI. I've worked for people developing software, and I've worked for FPV companies, not my own. And in 2018-19, I kind of decided that professional FPV was something that I saw, and even people within Randy will probably never admit this, but like a guy like Randy Scott Slave and I had out to South by Southwest in 2018 to a talk that I had about the influence of FPV. And I wanted it to be about cinemaking, but they needed it to be about sports, or at least have a tie-in. So we three-pronged it with sports, entertainment, and movie making. And at the time, this was 2018, where even Randy was like, I use drones and FPV. I don't know how much we're going to see that in real big screen stuff, And funny enough, he's a friend of ours, and actually I just sent him a Terraplane the other day. I think everybody was taken back about a year later when somebody just tried it. And I don't know who's really credited with the first kind of Cinelifter, but whoever really started doing it, we started working with. And Andy and Gab and Nurk and those guys all have like a brain trust of creativity that's always kind of been a part of Andy Shin and Shin Drone's kind of designs. So when they asked me to be a part of that, because they saw what I was doing and building squirts and in my relationship with Andy, it just was a perfect fit. And it was like, you guys figure out what works, tell me how it works, I'll build them, and we'll put them in the hands of guys like Jake. And so Jake builds his own stuff, I think, for the most part, but he does build with some of our components, man. And again, he buys stuff from me. So we've had great calls and great talks, tuning talks. He's helped me tune some stuff. And I think recently I shot him a tune and he enjoyed that. So Jake's just awesome, man. He's one of those guys that are right. I mean, he's on that fringe of he's in the community because he chooses to be. But he's also super embedded in, I mean, you know, the professional movie making and the cinemaker side, which is, again, we can't have enough guys like him, and we can't have enough guys like him or people that are on set just trying to get it a better understanding. And if anybody's doing like school, like trying to get stuff for educators and helps educators, it's a very similar thing. You're probably battling like trying to let the top of the school board understand how to really spend the money the right way when they just want to just do whatever, you know, the state of Texas, you know, teachers committees or whatever are telling them they have to teach. They don't care about what the teachers end up doing as long as it fits some, you know, thing. And so anyways, it's a very similar process of collaboration.
By the way, if anybody has any questions for Troy, put it in the chat there. And Jake,
this isn't so family friendly. I can't sip cider, right?
No,
I heard y'all talking about drinking and
cider away,
pigeon
man.
jerky. All
yeah,
right,
whatever.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, man, you make yourself at home. So I've never flown. I have video where I fake flew Jake's octocopter there, but I never actually did. And I'm glad you didn't ask me to, because I would have been terrified. But what is it like from a pilot standpoint to jump up from like just so you've got a 5-inch, you've mastered acro, and you say you think you want to take 10 grand in the air. What's that like? Jake or Troy, you can answer that.
Well, so I'm very curious to hear what Troy has to say. But for me, jumping from this 5-inch here to this was terrifying, because not only do you have, you only have 4 little propellers here, and they're relatively quiet, but then you jump into this thing, which sounds like a really big, angry thing that wants to tear your head off at the earliest convenience. And you plug it in, back here, and all the motors start twitching, and then your first time to turn it on and everything starts spinning it's just a little terrifying. And then when you go and stick a red camera, this $6,000, and then, usually it's another 1,000 or so for the lens. And then you have some director come and go, you see those boats out there that are a mile away and they're racing at 100 miles an hour? I want you to go chase them with your big drone and the big camera and get some footage of those things out there running around. And it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you have a
sure.
scuba team on hand in case I'm in the water and you can recover all my stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you play it off real cool. You're like, yeah, no problem. And then after you get done, you're going back there to drink water, and it's like, it was good.
Jake, can I play this the caterpillar thing? Is that what you used to film the caterpillar? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is a finished product. Tell us which shots are done with what.
So this was done with a car crane. These were done with a Moby rig. That's a car crane. And then there's some. This was done with an Alta X with an Airy on it. That was done. This right here was done with the FPV drone right there, the big one. Mm-hmm. That was me with an Air 2S messing around at lunchtime.
Okay.
That's the car crane. This was the Alta X. And then let's see. This is all kind of little stuff here. This was done. Some of that was Alta X. That was me messing around at lunchtime with my Air 2S. And then let's see. And that was me messing around with my Air 2S while they were filming because I was bored. And I kept saying I was getting behind the scenes, and they ended up using like 4 of the shots that I was just messing around with. That was the big Cine Lift drone.
Right.
Alta. This is Alta. That's a car rig. This is a car rig.
How long does it take to do
this?
Something like this? I guess
this was 4 days.
4 days.
4 solid days in August in central Illinois at 100 degrees in the sun and the dust, and I just about died.
Yeah, people don't appreciate.
Alaska, like I was not ready for the heat, man.
Yeah, bringing Alaska down into the heat. People don't appreciate how long.
And this is one of the times that Troy and I actually were collaborating, because we were both having the same issues where the motors were getting so hot they would start burning up, and so we were trying to go back and forth and figure out ways to bring the motor temperatures down where you could fly and then not have to set the drone in an air-conditioned car to get the temperatures down before you flew again.
Oh.
So a lot of these shots were me with an Air 2S. And then the money shots were these shots. This here was the big Cinelift drone, which was actually flown by a friend of mine. And then I flew the other one right here doing that shot after that, because we got to that point, which everything was leading up to that jump with the Hot Wheels truck, the Baja truck. And they go, we only have one shot. The motor's getting ready to explode or go to pieces on this truck. So everything has to roll. And we basically, it was like, okay. So we got everything in the air. We had cameras set up everywhere. And then we had one shot to get that jump. And then that was it. And sure enough, he came off the jump, rolled down around the edge, and the motor quit.
So Troy, you will get with pilots and filmmakers and try to specifically build something to their needs, like whether it's in a cold or a hot environment, or
yeah, I mean, we can definitely do some things like that. We don't typically. This is a situation. It's actually funny. So what we do at Quad Center Labs, or what I've aimed and positioned, kind of the mission of what we provide is we try to build the same things over and over again. And we try to, again, work with the people that are building or flying and developing this stuff to use in these types of applications, and understanding what the best applications are. And then we're unifying kind of a build for as many of the builds as we can, to where what we build is reliable. So it's funny, you were asking about how hard, or what does it feel like to go put a big camera on one of these things. I've been transparent as heck with every client that I've ever had. I don't fly cameras. I don't have cameras. I'm not a camera guy. I don't shoot. Which probably sounds crazy to some people. But I would put our track record against anybody that says that, hey, you need a camera to strap on there to go build it and fly it. We tune it by, black boxing, logging it, and working with a lot of the best tuners on the planet. Like, we've worked with pretty much all of the best tuners. And when you build the platform the right way with the right hardware choices for people to use, whether they think they need something else or not, then typically we don't have issues. And the issues that we're talking about, funny enough, with Jake, was we stepped outside of our box. I was building a build a certain way, and we did for a year and a half. And I decided to start selling them another way because people were requesting them. And as much as I was pushing back saying I don't like to build that way, I'm not a guy to turn business away if people are proving that it works again. I got to jump on board and build it. So got enough requests, and I said, we're going to put this on the site. And we started building them with certain motor combinations. And that's where even the tuners were just getting back to me and going, we're just, we don't like this. But we got to a good point. I think we found a good place after working with a lot of people. And now we offer that a little bit more upfront. It's on, we have them for sale again on our site. But for a little while, we pulled them off the site because we were not comfortable with some total condition things. Because the answer to your question is no, I can't account for everything. But what we can do is we can build the best product for whatever you're trying to do, whether it be a micro drone, squirt, terraplane, a 5-inch chase drone, a 7-inch long range drone, or a Cinelifter all the way up to 12S, 13, 15, 18 inches. We can do all those different things. I mean, as long as you have the money and the understanding of what you need to do to fly those things, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the answer.
Okay. Well, there's a link to your stuff, both your YouTube channel and your website. Do we have any questions in the chat from anybody? Because
I haven't seen any questions, but I will say one thing I really appreciate about Troy is, especially if you're on Facebook and in part of the FPV Cinelifters group, he is constantly out there trying to help people. And I've seen other people kind of jump into this space and be very silo-minded, like, closed garden kind of thing, where Troy has not been that way at all that I've seen. And that's one really cool thing about, that's one of the few groups I'm a part of on Facebook, because it hasn't turned into a toxic mess, but there's a whole group of people who Troy is certainly part of that are really trying to understand this kind of new emerging technology as far as being able to put big cinema cameras on a drone that'll go rip around at 100 miles an hour. And everybody's really focused on pushing it together, forward together, which is really awesome. I bought a lot of components from Troy because I really like his components. I really like the process of building drones too, which is why I've built most of mine. But I do, anytime anybody asks me like, where should I get a drone, I tend to push them toward Troy, because not only does he build really good products, but he also backs those products up with a lot of support, which is hard to come by in the FPV space right now for a lot of things. So one case in point is I was hired to do a shoot for a TV show, Chicago PD, and they were very, very specific about they wanted a drone to fly really fast, really low to the ground, and backward, because they wanted to reverse the shot in post. And so first thing I did was started talking to Troy. So have you ever thought about building one of these that'll fly backward? Like basically take the whole entire drone, you put the FPV camera back here so that the cinema camera can fly like this.
Oh,
and
right.
when you fly backward, then at high speed, it looks right. And coincidentally, he had. And so, and he was kind enough to share some of the process he was going through and help me like think through it. And then, I don't know if I provided very much value back other than to go, hey, dude, it works. And it actually worked really well. And they were super happy with it. But yeah, it's stuff like that I really, really appreciate in this community, because I've been a part of other communities where it's like you ask a question and you either get stomped on like, that's a stupid question. Why would you even ask that? You clearly aren't ready to do this stuff. Or people just won't help. They won't
people don't want to
give you
be
any advice at all.
People don't want to be made to sound stupid, and then they'd be afraid to ask the questions. And you don't want that.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so cool about this whole space. That, I mean, I've only been a part of it now for maybe a year, I guess. But it's really, you got people like Benoit who are over in Europe and other people here in the United States and other places in the world, that everybody is really collectively trying to push this whole thing forward, because it's kind of like where drones were maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, where it was like, oh my gosh, that's a cool drone shot. Now FPV is kind of jumping into that same space where all of a sudden directors and producers are starting to go, oh, so you have a drone that'll go fast and we can put a cinema camera on it? Well, like what sort of stuff could we do with it? And they're starting to get the understanding of like, okay, this works really well, like that jump. We couldn't film that jump with that Baja truck with any other kind of drone, because it just wouldn't have that energy and that movement to it. And we couldn't do it with a car rig because that jump was like 33 feet or 35 feet high, and the arm would only go up like 12 feet. So to get that chase shot that gives you that really fast-moving POV feel, like almost like a video game, we really had to use the FPV drones. And it's really cool to be part of that sort of community. And yeah. So I am curious, Troy, though, because I haven't seen anybody else ask any questions. What has been one of your like standout things that you've worked on so far, kind of in this space, that it really is like your highlight or one of your highlights so far?
It's so tough, man. Honestly, like it's crazy because first of all, 80% of the time I have no clue what's actually being done with these things. I just don't. Sure, I get tagged in certain things, certain level, right? You have that Instagram marketing, car commercial stuff. But when we're talking about movies, like for instance, you had the issue with, or not the issue, but the flying backwards Sicario, which oddly enough was actually the same Sicario kind of test bed area we were talking about this other stuff. That was somebody that called us up, and it was a pretty big team that is well known within movie making, and said, we're on a pretty big movie, and told me the name and said, we need this by next week to do this shot. What do you got? And I was like, and it took us 2 hours of back and forth probably on a call that day, where we first started with just building an upside down Sicario, which I don't know why that was my first instinct, but we talked through that. And then it ended up with, wait a second. Like the answer was just slap something on the back, reverse the radio controls like you do on a cheater quad, and you can fly it backwards anytime you want, land it, switch your radio back and go fly it forward, pull the other air unit off. And so, we figured that out. And then it was like, oh yeah, we can meet the deadline, right? The deadline of 3 days to ship before that was a little daunting, but just stuff like that. Yes, I'm proud of the individual achievements, and man, I'm one to brag about them when I see them, and I try to, at least bring light to what we're doing, because again, there's not a lot of hoorah moments that we're able to just share. Our clients don't really send us, stuff straight off of NASCAR or wherever, but we know that we're there. We know that our machines are being used, or at least were in some situations. And so, yeah, I think it's just seeing it, which I see it all the time. And whether it's something I did or like you said, part of this movement, man, because FPV drones, if you got to sum it up in what where we need the perspective to go, is the idea again that it's limitless. It is the camera that can be wherever you want it to be. And drone shots are still needed and are going to be drone shots. And there's going to be new kind of refreshing in between ways that we can use these traditional drones by even implementing FPV, for instance, like on an Inspire, being able to proximity, put that Inspire now in better situations. Yep. There's ways that we can use the concepts and really, again, the idea of total control and dumb drones, right? Like drones should be dumb. Pilots and operators should be really smart. If you need a smart drone, use a smart drone. But like you said, there's certain shots and certain things that I can't have obstacle avoidance go off when the truck gets too close. Like I can't have that. Not if I'm trying to get some shot of like the fender flare of the, Jeep as it goes over some dune or something. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm not even a shooter and I come up with this like stupid idea of what I'm going to use them for. But anyways, yeah, man, seeing it, honestly, seeing guys like you and people like you just doing what you do, and getting the people to, just keeping the doors. It's not even keeping the doors open, like getting called daily and emailed daily about, do this, let's do that, Can we do bigger? Yes. Write me a check. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's the fun stuff, man. So I just want to continue to be part of, again, like you said, fostering and shaping the community. I didn't get here without a ton of other people contributing and helping push people my way, like you said. I do want to say I do try to share. There is a balance and a fine line, and those that do share as much as they do, man, like they definitely deserve some awards. I, in the very beginning, was sharing as much as I pretty much everything. And I had to kind of shut that down a little bit just because competition is thick, man. I pay good money to work with good people on a lot of this stuff. And there's certain things that, a guy hits me up on Instagram and asks for the tune we're just talking about. I'm more than likely going to tell you no. And it's not because I don't want to share a tune with you. It's because I don't have the time to go through the process of helping you, of first understanding your build that you're about to put this on and know if I'm okay with you doing that with what we did. Because I know why ours are tuned the way they are. And it's because tuners look at the logs and say, hey, man, that's a clean build. Let's do this. And we can push limits probably that others can't. And I think that's where I would just say, if you're out there looking to build your own Cinelifter, please do it if you think you can do it, but also be prepared to fly it with dummy weights for a long time until you really trust your work. Because again, I'd put our track record up against anybody. We don't not make mistakes and we don't not build stuff that eventually something happens to. But in the Cinelifter side, not a lot has ever really happened.
Yeah.
And things are going to happen though,
Let me ask you this. Yeah. What do you fly for fun? Do you fly for fun? Do you build Frankenstein rigs and just get out there and
I
experiment?
fly Cinelifters with 5-pound dummy weights for fun.
Okay.
Okay. And that's true. Like that footage you were playing is Troy going out there going, look, I just built this drone. Here's a 5-pound dummy weight, and I'm now going to rip it around like a 5-inch and just see if I can crash it or wreck it or tear it apart in midair.
Right, because that's
Jake, the funny. Yeah,
that's what you're doing here. You're maidening one of your builds here.
Yeah, I like to say Chef PV always comes out. This is the thing. Nothing I've ever sold or has ever gone out the door has never been thrashed on to the point that I would thrash my own thing. Now, the crazy thing is this. We did reach a threshold, and part of the issue me and Jake were discussing about this other build stuff was I think Troy was going a little too hard on some stuff and was putting his builds. I mean, I literally went out and tried to kill it, and I was able to start killing drones is what my problem was. And these were not cheap drones. These are 8 motors, $30 a motor. Like, yeah, $250 mistakes when you decide to go, inverted power, yaw spin to snap roll to then flip with a 5-pound dummy weight. or 3-pound dummy weight on a Sicario. And, you know, the tuner was like, wait, what are you doing with this? And I showed him a video and he's like, oh, bro, I thought you were doing like tuning stuff, like moves. I'm like, no, man, like I'm ripping this thing. And he's like, oh my gosh. So throw everything out the window we've done today. Let's go back to ground zero, Troy. And so, yeah, you know, there are limits with these things. And that's the one thing, again, I'd say every build has its limits. And we do build things sometimes that are right on those finite edges where, you know, what we're doing here is trying to keep things small, compact as possible to mitigate being on set being, you know, something that people are afraid of. Something that if it crashes is going to, you know, destroy bigger things. Because in all reality, to carry these cameras, we should be flying Altas and big heavy lift drones. But we're able to do it for brief moments in time. So yeah, I fly Cinelifters. I fly anything for fun. I mean, but I don't have personal drones right now. I've sold every single one I've ever built myself because somebody needs one faster than I can build one, and they just get mine.
Awesome.
I've sold my radio. I've sold my backpack. I've literally sold pretty much every piece of gear I've ever owned at some point because somebody needed it right then and there. And I'm like, here you go.
Well, I have a gazillion questions for you. I hope that I can keep in contact with you. You're a good resource. Because
anytime. And just so everybody knows, again, we do what we say, what I've talked about doing. We do a lot more too. If you ever do want to talk or just, you know, you got an idea, something that you're developing that you think would help the community in some way, like that you want to put into production even, like that's stuff that we can, you know, talk about doing. I'd love to foster stuff like that. Go to our website. There's a place to book a call any day, man. 5 days a week. You have access to just chat. So
wonderful.
I love doing that.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time, man. It's great. Great to meet you. And Jake, did you have anything else to say before we say goodbye?
No, but I will say, just this is not the only type of drone that Troy builds. This is what we talked a lot about tonight because it's kind of new. But he also builds like little Shendrone slam squirts like this. He builds. This is a 7-inch kind of long range drone. He builds stuff like this. So if you, and this is what I do tell people, if you want to get into FPV, hooking up with somebody like Troy is a much better way of jumping into it than the way I jumped into it, which was a lot of trial and error and expensive trial and error at that. Because you book the call and you spend some time, he tries to figure out what you want to do, and then and can really, his experience can guide you down a path that you'll be much happier with the end product, the end result of whatever you want to do, whether you're just strapping GoPro and you want to kind of like, you know, do the slow, smooth stuff, or
so he's
you want to get out there and try and crash as much as possible.
He's a tool/instrument maker. If you were a musician and you wanted a specialized violin, he'd build the violin for you. That's what he does.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Troy, whose last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce again, thank you so much for being on. Hope to talk to you again soon, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Have a great day.
See you later. Man, he is fun to talk to. There's a lot to talk to him about. I mean, and I saw a few people in there asking about price and stuff for this kind of thing. What typically... what kind of money exchanges hands? Do you have any answers to that? I mean, because there's such a wide range of quads that are built.
For this?
Yeah.
For this kind of drone, you're probably going to be looking at around $4,000 ish.
And that's just for the drone, not the camera or anything.
Right. Yeah. So then you're going to stick, you know, this red camera on there, which is $6,000, and then another $1,000.
What about the lens?
Like
and what about the stabilization? Because there's no gimbal with that thing. Then that's an extra added cost, and on and on and on.
So yeah, by the time you add it all up, you know, it's a good $10,000 to $12,000 sitting on there, and then some director comes along and just tells you to go fly out over a mile of open water chasing boats around. And can you get closer? Can you get lower? Like, can you get the spray on the drone?
Yeah. What's the closest you ever felt you came to losing one of your expensive flyers?
Like crashing?
Yeah, like crashing, or just having an incident. Because you haven't had an incident, right? Yeah, right? Have you crashed? I'm not going wood for it. Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, you can see, let's see, which one of the motors is it? One of these has got a bunch of scrapes on it. And, this one here, you can see there's a whole bunch of, like, all ground up, maybe, if I can get it to focus there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, But basically, I was chasing some people going downhill, filming them for a project up here. And then when I was coming back to land, I was coming back and I was hovering, getting ready to land. And just as I was getting ready to go down, a big gust of wind came and hit it and threw it into some bushes and some rocks. And so I had to replace a couple motors, replaced an arm, and a few other things. And then every time I rebuild anything, I go out and I'll test fly. Like when I first build these things, when I first built this one and my other one, I went out and I test flew 20 to 30 batteries on each drone with a dummy weight on there, just because I was like, I want to know that all my solder joints are good, that all the components are good, that nothing's gonna like just blow up on me midair before I stick a $10,000 camera on here.
Yeah, I don't think I can't. I don't think I can bring myself to do it. I don't think I could. But one of the great things about, and we're gonna get to some viewer videos, of which I have a lot. It's gonna be a long show tonight. So sorry, people in Europe. It's like 3 a.m. now, and I want to get to them all. But whenever we have Jake on, he shares some Alaska footage with us, and this is nothing special. This is just throwaway, just cutting room floor stuff. But it's spectacular to the rest of us because of where you live. Maybe you can take us through some of this and tell us where this is, what you're using to film this with.
So that's in Illinois. That was me chasing those racing boats out a mile over open water. And I get about 3.5 minutes per flight. So it's like, okay, go out, fly, and then come back. And
what drone is this? The big one?
This is the Sicario with the red camera on there.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is also the Sicario with the red camera. This was some of the stuff I was filming, just kind of extra footage for the Caterpillar people. This is in Peoria, Illinois, at their Edwards demonstration area.
Have you power looped with that?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
I have. Yeah. It's terrifying.
I bet.
It's really, really terrifying.
You hope the ground comes back around.
You hope you flip over and that you have lots of space before you're gonna
right. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is great.
So so this is all the red camera sitting on the Sicario drone, ripping. I think it's probably only going maybe 70, 75 miles an hour here. This was one of the practice runs we did the day before we actually did the jump.
Yeah.
And so this is Sicario with the red, and I think in this run he was going to go 60, but he only really went up to like maybe 45 or so. And so we kept having to slow down because we kept catching up to him, getting too close.
Right.
And or no, that was the actual jump.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good right there. Now these stunt guys had to do it over and over and over again too, right?
Yeah, they did a bunch of practice jumps, and then the day when we did that jump, the actual jump, that was one shot to catch it all. And so that was the drone I actually flew, and then my partner on this shoot, was flying this Sicario drone that was chasing, because he had a better skill set for chasing cars. He'd had a lot more practice at it than I had. So that was a practice jump right there where we were just kind of testing it out. And then this is me with the Sicario drone in Chicago at getting close to sunset. I think this was in August or July.
Don't things
cool old railroad bridge
pucker when you're over water? I mean,
every time.
I just can't imagine.
It's terrifying every single time to fly over water. And this is the Juliet prison in Illinois, and this was for a TV show for PBS, and we got to go in there and fly drones. And so this is the Sicario with the red on it. They were just like, just rip around the prison yard a bunch. And so I was like, oh, okay, I can do that.
And you're going to pay me to do that?
So
okay,
flew through the gates there, and then one of my favorite things, and the director kind of flipped out when I did it, was there's a huge smokestack there, and I was like, I'm going to go up and just kind of like go over the top and do a whole real super vertical kind of dive down the smokestack thing. And,
so you're flying their equipment?
No, this is all my drone.
Oh, it is.
And then the guy that was filming with me, it's his red camera. And this was part of the same shoot, part of the same show. They wanted some shots of this is Buckingham Fountain down in Chicago.
Did you have to get
right on the lakefront.
clearance to do that? I've flown there, actually.
Yeah.
Did you have to clear the people out?
Because the show we were working with,
tons of people there all the time.
Had got all the clearance and all the permissions and stuff, and we had gone down there super early because they turn the fountain on at a certain time. And so we filmed that part when the water jets first start coming up. We filmed with the Inspire, and then we were like, oh, we got the Sicario and a couple of charged batteries and a Red. Now why not just go ahead and do a rip up before a bunch of people show up? So we did that. And
then you're back in your
A
backyard.
couple days ago, back in Alaska.
This is Jake's backyard. No big deal.
Yeah, this is my backyard. No biggie. No, it's just
nothing
normal
special.
Everyday stuff here. I
mean,
loved it. The water was so smooth and the reflections were so cool. I had to get it with the FPV drone. And then we had this little inflatable kayak canoe thing, so we paddled out into the iceberg lake.
Is that you out on a kayak controlling the drone from the kayak?
Yep. Hand launch, hand catch. This
really?
Is the Air 2S. Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's an Air 2S. Okay. Would you fly FPV from the canoe?
I might. The smaller ones, like a 5-inch or something, I might.
But you wouldn't land it back at you in the canoe. You'd land it somewhere where you're going to land the canoe, right? You wouldn't try to land it in the canoe.
Yeah, I mean, if I came back and landed it, I'd come back close to me and then get over top and then kill it and have it just drop down into
the canoe. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't know. You say it
scary.
Like you say it.
Totally
I'll just do that. I'll just do this. No big deal. But I would be, yeah. First of all, I'd be struggling.
When you have a visual observer with you who can go, okay, you're in a good spot. Go ahead and kill it, drop it, because otherwise you might misjudge your distance.
Yeah, there. I would be struggling with the canoe technology first of all. So what's going on here?
So this is my buddy Keith. He built this airplane. We fly in it together quite a bit, and it was a beautiful day. We had gone out to this area and wanted to just do some chase shots, get some footage of his airplane flying around Alaska, because it's Alaska. Everything looks amazing,
right?
And the fall colors looking really good. So I had just built this big 7-inch drone, and so I was chasing him with the 7-inch because anything else like a 5-inch is not. I can't quite keep up with an airplane or a helicopter with a 5-inch. It is pushing it a little too hard for the battery. So I built a 7-inch. I could put a much larger battery on it and get a little bit better high speed and do stuff like this a lot easier.
Wow.
And so, yeah. So, and for anybody who know, like this, just, all this stuff that I do when I do stuff like this with airplanes or helicopters is like, the amount of planning and the preparation that goes into it is huge. Like we talk through every flight path and speeds and where everything is going to be. And then we're in radio communication during the whole process and stuff. It's a lot of fun, and it can be really challenging because of the speeds and how fast stuff is happening. But the result is always.
Yeah. What speed is he flying right there? Like.
So at this here, he's usually about like 50-ish, 45 to 50. Like right now, he's probably in the 45-ish range.
Okay, because those
low passes, he's about 50.
Yeah, those planes are designed to be able to take off and land at slower speeds, right?
Yeah, his plane especially can take off and land really slow. And we did a couple more passes with the Air 2S just because he gets that really nice smooth footage.
Yeah.
And then this was the next day. My dad and I hiked up to this frozen mountain lake because what's better than a 10-mile hike in the start of winter, climbing up like a few thousand feet to go find a frozen mountain lake where I can film a video for my YouTube channel, because that's what I do.
Oh yeah, people don't realize all the effort that go into just about any YouTube video. I don't hike a lot for mine, but I do a lot of work, and you do, and then some knucklehead will watch it for 10 seconds.
You put something out there.
Yeah.
Some commenters like, oh, you forgot to talk about the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, next time you hike 18 miles and climb 4,000 feet to go do something,
yeah, punk,
you can remember it for me.
There you go. I love those people that watch a video that took me 3 days to put together for 10 seconds and then, meh. I was like, what? Come on. Come on. Anyway. Let's play some viewer videos, okay?
Yes.
Because I have a lot. Jake, do you have time to hang out?
I do.
Okay, excellent. If you want to send in a viewer video, to be shared on the show, you can do it. Send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. Let me know what you used for your music, because YouTube gets upset if you play the Eagles while you're flying your footage. So please use Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description. And this is copyright-free music. All you have to do is join. 30-day free trial to check it out. They've got like 100,000 sound effects, all kinds of music and stuff. I mean, heck, they've got great music you might want to just put on your playlist. There's some really good songs in there. This is from Jim Pedikowski. We'll begin with Jim Pedikowski. He sends us this video of a closed park, Arlington Park Racecourse, closed September 25th for good, and they are selling the property for redevelopment. The park opened in 1927 and was rebuilt in the mid-'80s after a fire. I documented the site before it falls into decay, which surely it will. He also asked, when are you coming back to Chicago to pick up the Wankel Beast? My RX-8, my Mazda RX-8 is finished. It's complete. It's ready to pick up. I'm just going to hop on a Greyhound and head on up there. Have you ever ridden on a Greyhound bus, a long distance?
Yes.
You have? Does it suck?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
It did for me. Maybe it won't for you, but it sure did for me.
Why does it suck? Is it the people are awful? It's just slow. They stop. Like, what does it smell bad? What's the deal?
For me, it was just slow. Like the distance I traveled, if you drive it yourself, it's like 3.5 hours. But on the bus, it was like 9.5 hours because we stopped. It's just slow, and
that's what I'm expecting. But I'll document it, of course. I'll fly FPV at all the stops.
There you go.
I'll fly under the bus. Thank you, Jim Pedikowski, for that. I appreciate you sending that in. Let's blow through here. This next one is from Carolyn Tyler. She's flying a fixed wing in the clouds.
Man, I want to try fixed wing sometime. I haven't done it yet. I'd like to give it a shot.
You know, there's something about flying something with a rudder. I've done it a couple times and I like it. It's not as nerve-wracking as FPV. It really is relaxing once you get it.
And so when I first got into FPV, or when I was getting into FPV, it was purely because I wanted certain kinds of shots that I couldn't get with a GPS drone, and I started looking at fixed wing and then quadcopters, and I was gonna go fixed wing until I realized a few of the spaces I was going to go fly, I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to stop and be able to stop and turn around. And you can't do that with a fixed wing. So I was like, okay, I got to go quadcopter.
Well, I mean,
but I think I still would like to try fixed wing. And I think my son really wants to try it too.
Yeah, it's fun. It would be great in Alaska if you had a, not like this, but like a gimbal on it, or something.
Right.
But one time I flew a flying wing, which is, they doesn't have a rudder on it. It just has like two little ailerons, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Shelby Vault.
Yeah.
We've had him on the show before. He's like a world champion flying wing guy, and I flew it once, and I don't think I liked it as much as the fixed wing with the rudder and everything. But anyway, thank you, Caroline, for sending that in. Okay. Let's head to the beach. This is from Tom Henderson. Sorry, I'm blowing through these because I wanted to get to this before the show gets too long. He says, "Hey Ken, I took advantage of some of this year's first fall-like weather to fly the Inspire 2 at the beach at sunrise. The water was flat and clear, so I had a great view of all kinds of cool stuff. Hope you enjoy. And yes, the music is from Epidemic Sound. Otherwise, it would be a crap." Thank you so much, Tom Henderson. So
I see water that color up here, but it's a whole different ball game.
Oh, I bet it's a lot colder.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And you have like orca in there that will eat you.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Orcas and humpbacks and
all that.
Salmon shark.
Yeah. Oh, that's very nice.
That's beautiful. I love sunset stuff. It's so,
that's
so
lovely.
nice. It's so much fun.
Thank you for sending that in, Tom. Appreciate it. I want to encourage people to become a member. Please do. And my goodness, let's thank people. Let's thank people very quickly for the super chats. I want to thank everybody. I know there was more people before the crash, and I will go back and I will stitch those together, and I will look and I will send you a cheese basket to thank each and every one of you. But Martin Martin Keaty, perhaps $10. Thank you very much for something other than Wirecast. Yeah, it might be time. And a new member, B Muska 64 just became a member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Heron Birds. 4 new members tonight. That's great. And Martin Keaty with the $5. Templar Fozy says use OBS instead of that overpriced crap. Yeah, OBS, when I started using Wirecast, OBS was kind of in its infancy, but it's since got a little bit better, so I might consider that. Thank you very much. And Shandolamite with a 420. Now 420, that's an unusual amount. Why would
that is an unusual
Why would they
number.
Why would they pick
Very,
that?
very
I just
specific.
I don't know why that would be. But thank you very much for the 420. Hear about the plastic surgeon that hung himself. No. Is that a joke? Sounds like the beginning of a joke. Where's the punchline?
It sounds like a beginning joke.
Yeah.
Are we still waiting for the punchline?
Well, maybe it's down the line here. Maybe he super chatted the punchline. A Ready Set Drones watching. Hey, Kelly. Hey, man. Great show with Troy and Jake. Troy is speaking at Spin Up. Everyone should come hang out and get your tickets. I think there's still some available. That's happening November, I want to say 4th. But go to the website that he linked there and check it out. Robert became a new member. Thank you, Robert. Welcome to the Heron Birds. Now you have access to all the exclusive content. Membership-only content. That's right. Oh, it's such good stuff. Such good stuff. Spaz the Undead, which is just a great username. Buck99.
So awesome.
Thank you, Spaz the Undead. And Geeks Vana, all the way from the UK. Thank you very much for the 5-pounder. Easily my favorite TNL for a while. Jake and Troy are the beasts of Cinelifters. And Jay Coleman, 449 pound. Thank you very much. Hi, Ken. I'm new to your channel and love your content. If possible, I would really like a set of eyes for my DJI Mini. Too many thanks. Yes, you can do that. If you want the eyeballs that you... where's the... Do I have the... I have the eyeballs. If you put these eyeballs on your drone, then birds will think it's another bird and they will leave your drone alone. That's a guarantee. I have all sizes for all size drones. And if something happens and God forbid a bird flies into your drone while these stickers are on it, Jake will buy you a new drone. Isn't that right, Jake? Let him think about that. We'll let him think about that for a while. But if you want a set of eyeballs, you can email me here. Or you can just PayPal directly, kenheronupload@gmail.com. It's $10. Easy peasy. I'll send it to you. Make sure to include your eyeball size for the kind of drone and your address, of course. Oh, hey, the Grumpy Vlogger. What's up, Grumps? $5. Best show yet. Ken and Jake. Troy was awesome. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. And Eric Swanson with the $15. Maybe this will make the crash hurt a little less. Or it can go towards the Mazda. Cheers. Just about everything goes towards the Mazda. Yeah.
Did they really get that fixed?
Oh yeah, it's fixed.
It's done? Okay.
I'll tell you a little bit about... I'm going to have to sue the other shop. Because
did they mess something up?
They made my engine blow. The new engine that they put in, what they did, destroyed it, and I had to have it rebuilt. So,
oh no.
So they're gonna have to pay up, or I will sue them.
Jeez.
That's maddening. Trust me. To pay for 2 engines within a couple months, Anyway, thank you, Eric, very much. And Mr. Fall with the $5. Thank you so much. Ken loses drones in water, then claims water is safe. Love you and Jake. Hi from Wasilia. Guys, DJI noob here. Do I do that? I do. Well, my FPV drones will find the water. I once was flying at a fairgrounds. No water. And this little thing found its way in a backhoe that was filled with rainwater. I was just flying under it, and then shook splash. That's the only water for miles, and it found it.
Of course.
Brian Ezel or Ezel just became a new member. Thank you for joining the Heron Birds, and welcome. All
yeah.
right. There's something else I wanted to do. There's something else I wanted to share. Maybe we did that. All right, back to the viewer videos. Our buddy Ed Rutledge sent in another video. Have you ever...
Nice.
Now, when you don't have a Skydio 2 anymore, do you? Or do you?
I still have mine, yeah.
You do. Have you ever used cable mode?
Not yet, but I think I might try it out here pretty soon.
Okay. Well, this is what it looks like. This is cable mode. And Ed says, good morning, Ken. Yesterday was another perfect day, and I got content only blocks away from where I live in downtown Salem, Oregon. I use the Skydio 2 in cable mode. But I guess it flies itself in a line that you set. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like waypoints?
Yeah, you kind of you could set an A point and a B point, and it'll go down that line.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that's a cool bridge.
That is. Ooh.
This looks like an
Nice.
FPV Wonderland, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That would be fun. I would like to perch on that globe. Cool place.
Sunrise Water Media wants to know if Skydio 2 has a power line mode, and I think we've established pretty significantly that it does.
It does,
Ken's
yes.
got a whole video on it right here.
I actually had that on by mistake. Where it
Is
actually.
that what happened?
Yeah, it's a power line mode is where it seeks out power lines and runs itself into it, thus tearing the magnetic battery apart and dropping to the ground. It's not a mode you really want. It's I don't know why they include it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's there.
That made no sense to me. That particular mode.
Yeah, they also have flying erratically mode, and that's on all the time. You can't turn it off. I think when I was at Minefield, and I had that thing following my e-bike. I couldn't even look at the drone because it was giving me I was getting the vapors just watching it because it doesn't fly like a human would fly. It's like over here now. Crazy. Okay, I got it now. The Mojek, big supporter of the show. Thank you so much. And he sent a video of whales. You've seen whales, haven't you, Jake?
Oh yes, many times.
Yes.
In fact, I've kayaked around a few times and seen them at a close distance.
Oh, not that kind of whales. I'm talking about the country. The country whale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have I been to Wales?
Have you?
Yes, I've been to Wales once.
Oh, dude, you're such a world traveler. If you have to go, let's see if I've been to Wales. Well, I don't know. Might have been one time a private jet. I don't know. Was that party we went to? I must have been. I don't know. I was drunk the whole time.
Let me check my passport
son
and
of a
see
bitch.
if I've been there.
that is such a... That's kind of a douchey thing to say. It's like, Dubai? Have I ever been to Dubai? I don't know. I can't remember. I've been all over the damn world. All right.
I have not been to Dubai.
Okay.
I've not.
Well, this is Wales. W-A-L-E-S. And I practiced some Welsh for our Wales viewer. Because, there's only one probably. So I'm going to say... I'm going to try to say this. Prynhanda. Is that anything in Welsh? Prynhanda? Is that right? Oh, so you understood what I said. You understood clearly. You understood what I said, right? Is that wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know any Welsh?
No.
Okay.
I don't know any Welsh.
Okay. So apparently that's good afternoon. Is that am I right? Prynhanda? Oh, people are laughing. And then if you say cheers is yakidar. I know, I'm saying with a dumb American accent. Anyway, let's play the video. This is from the Mojek. He says, this is New Quay in Wales. It's a beautiful little place. This is the harbor.
Oh man.
I mean, doesn't it look like a little train set?
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah,
you know what?
That looks
that would be a
fantastic.
perfect place for tilt focus, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right?
Oh my
You
goodness.
could make that whole thing look like a little
Yeah.
miniature town.
You
So
could.
fast.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah. They have software for that
Like
tilt
this-
focus stuff now, right? You don't have to use an actual
Yeah.
wacky lens. And here's our Digger and Dottie. This is Norman's dogs. Little cute little doggies.
Oh, little cuties.
The doggies probably know more Welsh than I do.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know they definitely know more Welsh than I do.
Right. Ah, what cute little muffins. Yeah, that's a tilt focus wonderland right there. Thank you so much for sending that in. Appreciate it. Short little video from the Mojek, and I apologize to the entire country for butchering your language. And now off to, let's see, where are we going?
So that town is pronounced Key.
Oh, yeah, Key. Well, yeah, okay. Did somebody correct me?
Yeah, well, a few people. Because,
yeah, okay.
internet.
I know. I feel so stupid. I'm sorry. Key. Yes, of course it's Key. Of course. Of course. I should have known that.
Isn't it the best part about being a YouTuber or somebody puts stuff out online is all the people who feel the need to correct you in everything that you have ever possibly done
You
that
know what,
wasn't
though?
perfect?
You know what, though? I do appreciate it because I don't want to be out there saying Quay if it's Key. You know, because then I'd be just another dumb American who doesn't know how to say things. So Brad Henderson sent in this video from Oktoberfest. Heck yes,
Ooh.
Oktoberfest.
Is it Oktoberfest or is it Oktoberfest?
I think, don't they spell Oktoberfest with a K in Germany?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is in Missouri. So I think it's with a C.
Oh, well then, no, it's not.
Yeah. This is with a DJI Air 2S, and this is in St. Charles, Missouri. Don't correct me now.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't live there, so it's Missouri, but if you live there, it's Missouri, I think. I think that's how that
Well,
works.
and it depends if you're from the northern or southern part of Missouri.
Oh, right. Thank you, Brad Henderson. Which, again, sounds like a weatherman, doesn't it? And now we go to our weather map with Brad Henderson.
It does.
Dick Jones with sports.
It does.
Man, we're all over the place. Let's go to Italy now. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to butcher your name, and I apologize. This is a young man who has sent me videos a bunch of times. And I apologize. This is the first time I'm sharing. This is Don. Let's just call him Don. The first three letters in his name. Oasis, I think that's it. God, what am I, stupid? I can't. Anyway, Don D-O, okay? He says, hey, Ken, me and my friends created this video with SJRC F11 Pro 4K, DJI Rise Tello, and a DJI Spark. It's of the city of Pescara in Italy. Enjoy. So here he is. This was filmed by a few young men in Italy. Don't get a lot of videos from Italy, but I would like some more.
I would think that Italy would be a really great place to do a lot of drone stuff. There's some spectacular stuff there.
Oh my gosh. Could you FPV the hell out of the Coliseum? Could you do it? Oh wait. That's nah, but I guess not. That's probably a protected.
I'm sure somebody would have something to say about it if
Probably.
you did try.
You know, FPV guys there want to do all that stuff. You know.
Well,
let's
okay.
go.
And the other thing is, I like my wife, her family, her whole family is Italian and Sicilian, and my family is Norwegian and Swedish, so very quiet, reserved, and calm. I went and had like my first Thanksgiving dinner with the Italian family. Dear Lord,
boy.
Everybody in Italy has something to say about everything. Like, that's just par for the course.
If real Italy Italians are anything like Philadelphia Italians, which I grew up with, they're wonderful people. I'm actually a godfather to someone named Vinny Dolente. I'm a godfather. Did you know that? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Love Italians. Yeah, man. Let's go over there and
Yeah,
then let's FPV the Parthenon. What do you think?
Yes, let's do it.
And we can't hurt it because we have a spare in Nashville.
Look, all I'm saying is if a building has already stood for a couple thousand years, I don't think an FPV drone is going to be the thing that takes it down.
Right. Great logic.
I mean, it might leave a little smudge there somewhere, but I'm pretty sure you could just brush that off and just go.
Knock another arm off the Venus de Milo. Whoopsie, here's the left stand there with your controller. There's an arm on the ground. Wait, does Venus de Milo have any arms? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
I don't think she has any arms.
Take David's hand off, the statue of David there.
Knock a fig leaf off another guy. All right. Hey, how about a truck parade? I love a parade.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's check out this truck parade. All right.
I always love parades.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's at night too.
Heck yeah! This is Jim Chimner, who clearly has his 14 CFR Part 107.29, which you don't need anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't need that anymore, do you? But
that's right. You don't.
This is the Mackinac Bridge, and it's over 250 decked-out, lit-up semis parade across this bridge at dusk.
Wow.
He didn't mention what state it's in or anything else, but if you know where the Mackinac Bridge is, by golly, that's it. I would have liked him to get down a little lower, but that's a cool shot.
That is a cool shot.
There we go. Who said, hey man, let's put lights on our truck and have a parade? What a great idea.
Apparently that's in Michigan.
Michigan, okay. Thank you. Sometimes I'll be going down the highway and I'll see one of these trucks with it's lit up like Vegas, you know? It's just blinding. Like, what are you doing, dude? Come on. Huh? Visibility. Thank you, Jim, for sending that in. Again, if you want to send stuff in for next week, it was a little light this week. I want to get some more in. And I also am taking more drone crash video for Drone Crashes version 6. I have enough for 5. It looks like this is going to be a thing that I do from now on. And speaking of crashes, now Jake, do you still fly? Do you still have the DJI POS?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Do you still fly it, or is it dusty?
It's dusty.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like it, or
one
do
of
you
the things
not
that
like
Troy and I have been talking about is he and I have been tracking with each other on how possibly to be able to repurpose that drone for other uses that would actually be useful.
Yes, I wanted to put it on a carbon fiber frame.
Yeah.
To use all the... Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. One thing we were talking about was that, and then another thing was just stripping it down and using the various components for
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Things.
I even had a name for it, the Franken drone. I was going to call it the DJI Franken drone. You're going to do it?
Yeah.
That's great. I hope somebody does.
Oh, yeah, we've been talking about it. Well, because my thing is like, if you're gonna put $10,000 on this thing, the DJI FPV drone image transmission system is so much better and so much more rock solid than anything else. I would like to have that on this drone, but DJI hasn't given us the option to do that yet. So
well, you can make it happen with heck yeah, man. Anyway. You want to see DJI POS crash?
I absolutely do.
And by the way, if you're taking offense by me calling it POS, then you don't own one. Sorry. Sorry.
When I was down in the lower 48 filming, the guy that I was filming with had a DJI FPV drone. He flew it a few times while we were doing stuff, and then I was like, "Here, fly my 5-inch." He flew it. He was like, "Oh crap, I can't go back to the DJI thing now." I mean, just like that. He instantly was like, "Oh, this is what an FPV drone is supposed to feel like."
Yeah. What's that? You own a Toyota Corolla? Here, drive a Ferrari. You son of a bitch! I can't go. Damn you! Okay. Well, anyway, sorry, Seth G. But he did send in this video of him flying right into a tree, which seems to happen a lot. He says, Ken, after a day of flying, the last run was the last run. Glad I opted for DJI Refresh Express.
It looks like he made some salad there, too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about trees, but drones end up in them pretty regularly. And he broke.
Those trees are sneaky, man. You think those trees just sit there not moving and not doing anything, but as soon as a drone goes by, man, they just go all kinds of crazy and grab it out of the air.
Yeah, you think they're not able to just grab your drone. I want to freeze this on. Do you see where he broke the arm?
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that DJI will come out with a version 2 with a carbon fiber frame?
The Air Unit version 2 or
Yeah.
the FPV drone version 2?
FPV version 2 with a carbon fiber frame. So look at that chintzy plastic. And
yeah. I think they might. I think it'll be a few years though. I don't feel like the FPV drone did enough business for them to really warrant putting a lot of R&D into it yet.
No,
but I think they'll still come out with a version 2 eventually.
You know how DJI works. When you send a drone in for repair, they don't repair your drone. They send you a different drone.
No, they just swap it.
Somewhere in the vast DJI complex, there is, I imagine, a warehouse that is just floor to ceiling piled up with broken POS drones. That's what I imagine. But you see how this is here. The prop isn't even it is in prop plastic. What is it? Poly? What is it?
Yep.
Poly something or other. It's cheapo, but they sell a thing that adapts your DJI POS to use regular FPV props, and that if you have it and you fly it regularly, get that. In fact, if somebody can put a link to one, I'll link it in the description after the videos, after the stream is done, after this 5-hour stream is done.
Why is it, Ken, every time I co-host the show with you, the stream ends up going for like, I never do this, but this is like a 3.5-hour stream. I don't know why. I think every single time I've co-hosted the show with you, it's been like a 2.5 to 3 hour stream.
Well, see, you caught me, Jake. I want to spend more time with you. I want to hang out with you more often, and that's my secret little sneaky way of doing it. And I apologize. I'm just going to come right out with it and say, I'm going to hang out with you, bud.
Honesty's the first step.
Yeah. Okay, so one more video, and then the viewer video of the week, and then we're going to let Jake do whatever he does in Alaska, go hiking or pee on a glacier, whatever you're doing up there.
You're never gonna let that go.
Oh, I just want to remind everybody that you can get your Boshart Uncle Medium Creepy Clown t-shirt right now available. I will slap some links in the description. All right, so Joe Byram sent in some video of hurricane damage that he filmed of a pier that got destroyed.
Ooh.
So here's the pier before. He says, Ken, on the early morning of September 14th, Hurricane Nicholas made landfall in Texas. Some of the major damage was mostly to our fishing piers that are around the area. This video shows the Shore Acres Pier before and after the hurricane. I'm flying the Mini 2, and there was still a little bit of high winds going on, so you can see it was swaying a little bit. But this is hurricane footage, clearly, of the pier being destroyed. And then the next day, he went out and assessed the damage. That's no good.
That is a lot of damage.
Where are people going to fish now?
I think you could hop from post to post to post and get, like those parkour people do.
I mean, if you really need the fish, you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you fish, Jake? Are you fisher person, man, guy, person?
I mean, I don't do it for as a hobby or anything, but I do go out and fish and try and get some salmon or halibut for the family for the winter.
Okay. Are you stock up for the winter, do you? I thought
Yeah.
you just cut a hole in the living room floor of your igloo and then just dropped a line in there. Isn't that what you do in Alaska?
Well, that's if we went fresh fish, but sometimes it's you just don't feel like cutting a hole in the floor and fishing, and it just
And now here's Jake with another Alaska joke.
What did tourists say when they visit Alaska?
What?
This place is utterly amazing, but they can't bear to be away from home so long. Still, the trip wasn't a moose steak. That was like 1, 2, 3. I think that was like 4 dad jokes in a row.
That's a lot of puns. All right. Let's see. And we got that. We did that. And then we did that. We did that. Oh. I remember what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. You tell me if this is a good idea, Jake. Now, as you can see, we've got 5 new members. Okay? Now, the way you can tell that somebody's a member is if they have a little heron bird by their name up there. And I thank you so very much. Some of you are not members, yet you're in here every week. So I think it would be fun right now to go ahead and just pick a non-member and try to shame them publicly into becoming a member in front of everybody. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. Let's pick somebody. Maybe somebody's a moderator, but not a member. What? I don't know. Jake, you pick the person that we're gonna shame into.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, let's do this. All right.
All right. So I just pick you want to pick a moderator?
No, pick a non-member, and we will try to embarrass them in front of everybody to becoming a member right now.
All right, let's pick Gregory Hurst.
Oh, not that Gregory Hurst. You mean the Gregory Hurst? Oh, well, Gregory. Gregory.
Yeah.
How many times have you been in here enjoying all this wonderful content and not becoming a member? I mean, clearly we see you in here all the time. I mean, I don't want to talk out of school, but I heard that maybe you don't know how to become a member. Maybe you're not intelligent enough to become a member. I mean, it's just as easy as clicking a button. Don't you want to be one of the cool kids? What's he saying?
It's not a hard process.
No. What's he saying? What's he doing?
And then you get all kinds of extra little emoji-con things, or emoticons, or emoji thingies, or whatever they're called. Right. And you get to find out what I do on glaciers and why people say you shouldn't eat yellow snow.
That's right. And we're going to talk about you, Gregory Hurst, in next week's membership only. So you're going to want to know what we said. So become a member. What are people? You guys can shame him as well. What are people saying? Time for the shame train. All aboard the shame train. Gregory.
The shame train.
Hey! Hey, look at that. He's a cool kid now. He did it. Can you imagine him over his house? Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, damn it. Thank you, Gregory. We should do that every week. We need to shame a non-member every week. That was fun. Thank you, Gregory. Now you can, once the stream's over, you can drop it if you want.
You can unmembership.
Yeah, you can unmembership, but I don't know why you would, because just the membership stuff, the access. That was fun. I like that. All right, and remember, Jake picked you. It wasn't me. It was his fault. If you feel bad. I hope you don't feel bad, but thank you very much for becoming a member. That was awesome. All right, so the viewer video of the week is really, really great. It's really, really great. And it's heartfelt, and it's really cool at the same time. And the winner will receive filters from freewellgear.com. Freewellgear.com. They've got ND filters, all kinds of stuff. You use Freewell stuff, don't you, Jake?
I do.
Yeah.
I use a lot of their stuff.
And it's quality stuff, man. We're talking quality.
It is. So
go on their website, see what they have. And you're going to win a set of filters for whatever drone or camera you use. These are for the action. And just the case alone. The case has a little magnet. So it won't just... they've thought of everything. That is attention to detail. Freewellgear.com. And the winner of the viewer video of the week this year is... this year. Love to Rip FPV.
Ooh.
Congratulations. And he says
that's a great screen name.
It is LUV, the number 2 RIP FPV. He says, "Hey Ken, I have attached a video that I made a few days ago. This is a short video that I dedicated to a friend's daughter who passed away almost 10 years ago. Her name was Sarah Burke. I did a fly-through of their cabin. We had an amazing time. I am flying a Shen drone Flynoceros with analog camera and a GoPro Hero 7. Music used is from Epidemic Sound." So it is the viewer video of the week. Congratulations and enjoy.
Sarah Burke is the Michael Jordan of the sport. She's taken it to show everyone there's no boundaries.
When I was a kid, I always said I was going to the Olympics. And then once it kind of seemed like it was something that was possible, that was where I put a lot of my focus on, was doing the World Cups that nobody else was doing and getting on the team and forming our unofficial Canadian team and trying to make it happen and to get there and be part of it. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
All the guys look at her and say, that's a girl I like to watch ski. That's a girl that pushes the limits.
What a cool space, huh?
That's a really cool cabin.
Yeah. I hope you don't sleepwalk, because you're falling right off that little... I used to own an A-frame house with a spiral staircase. It was pretty fun.
Spiral staircases are so cool.
Aren't they?
They're so impractical, but they're really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful spot.
Yeah. Oh, we're going under the porch.
Yeah, that is a cool cabin, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so this is how what happens when you live in Alaska. You notice how much firewood is piled up on the porch, and you go, "Oh, sweet, they're ready for winter."
Right. Thank you very much for sending that in. Love to Rip FPV. That was really great.
He's the Love to Rip FPV is in the chat.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
Well, good job and congratulations. That was really awesome.
Yeah,
Again,
well done, man. That's really great.
If anybody wants to send stuff in for next week, send me a streaming link. Don't send me a big, huge honking file. Send it to kenheronupload@gmail.com. Let me know what your music source was so that I don't accidentally play, like, you know, the latest hit from the top 40 radio station. And then, you know, YouTube gets just clutching its pearls. So use Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description. 30 days for free. There you go, Epidemic Sound. If it's not Epidemic, it's crap. All right. Excellent.
And YouTube does like to clutch out its pearls when you play some uncopyrighted or copyrighted music from someplace. Boy.
They do, and you know what's weird? Like, I think I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. I'll get copyright notices from stuff from 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know what. I don't know how that's doing. I don't know how that's happening. Oh, all right. We got a little bit more time. What the hell? You got time? I wanted to share something that was membership only content, but I'm going to share it here. Okay.
Oh.
And I'll do that. Peek. Yeah. Sneak peek of what all these new members. We got a new member. ET Drone Home. What? That's fantastic. What a great username. ET Drone Home. And it's not ET Drone Home 29. No. You're the original ET drone home. What a great.
It's the ET drone home.
That's right. That's right. So you get a sneak peek in a moment, but first I wanted to let everybody know about RemotePilot101.com. Jason Shappert, he's the 2-watch wearing, book writing, spray on tan having, glow in the dark white
pearly
perfect
white teeth smile.
Man, there you go. RemotePilot101.com. If you are interested in getting into what Jake does, real estate at the very least, you want to snap pictures for your church and do it legally, then you need to get your Part 107, and the way to do that is to study at RemotePilot101.com. Let Jason Shappert, who knows everything about everything aviation-wise, teach you with his video lessons. It's updated constantly all the time, so if the FAA changes something, which they would never do, they would never just surprise you with some rule or law that's just in a gray area that's left up to interpretation. No, they would never bring up new subjective laws now. But if they do, and they do, yes, they do all the time, then the curriculum will be adjusted. Use Heron 18 for 30% off, and then that's good forever. Forever! When you have to take your Recurrent, it's good to have the knowledge, even if you don't plan on making feature films or Caterpillar commercials like this guy. RemotePilot101.com. Heron 18, Jason Shappert, and M0A. Heck, go there and become a man pilot. They got it all. RemotePilot101.com. Love you, mean it. All right.
Chris, Sunrise Water Media, Chris brought up a good point. Are Jason's teeth FAA certified for 3 statute miles?
Yes. Yes. He doesn't have to use a strobe. He just smiles.
He just flashes those pearly whites and he's good to go.
Where's my Jason Shappert tooth sound effect? Here it is. You ready?
That's it right there.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to share this. I wasn't going to share this at all because I kind of had to. Well, are you breaking and entering if you enter a house that doesn't have doors? Right? If there's no doors to keep you out, is it really against the law? Your Honor?
I mean, I think a case could be made that,
right?
Unless they had signs.
There was no fences, no signs, no doors. I'm like, I'm going in. H4 Services LLC became a member. Welcome to the Heron Birds. Thank you so much. Awesome. Man, we got 8 new members tonight. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm going to use the shame method every week. We're going to shame someone into We're picking on you. What, me? Yes, you. All right. So I live near a construction site. There's a house being built right over around there, like that. And they got it all framed up with some of the insulation and the window, but the windows are, and I thought, perfect, FPV, right? Well, it didn't turn out like I had hoped, but here it is. Enjoy. So there's a little bit of construction happening right across the street from my house, and I've watched it go up, and it's finally gotten to the point where I just have to fly it a little bit. You see, that looks fun. It's all open, right? I mean, you got plenty of space between all the 2x4s to do your thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I decided to go in the attic.
Punch it! Punch it! Ooh! Oh!
A 2x4 jumped out in front of me. And I broke a prop. I didn't know I broke a prop, so I couldn't turtle. I tried.
That didn't go so well.
You may have noticed that this place is kind of a prop wrecker for someone at my skill level anyway, so it's stuck up there. I can hear it. It sounds bad, so now I got to go into this house and retrieve it. I don't even know if there's stairs up to the second floor, but you want to come along? Okay, come on, let's go. Should I be going in here with just one hand for me and then one hand to hold the phone? Yeah, sure, why not? There's stairs to the basement, but how do you get up to the top? Oh my God, there's no way up there. Oh no. Oh no, I see the way up now. Well, gotta do it. Oh,
Gotta
man.
do it.
You know why 2x4s take your drone out, right?
Why?
They're descendants of trees.
Oh, that's
Same
right.
reason trees take drones out.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Damn trees.
And they'll get you. And even after death, they still get you.
Because it's up there. Damn it! My drone is up there. Why wouldn't they build stairs first? Why wouldn't they do that? This looks to be the way up. See, there's a business open right there. And everybody in town knows me. I hope they don't see me. But I gotta get my $1,200 drone back. So I gotta do it. Now I can see it. There it is. Upside down. Oh, man. I think I need both hands for this.
That's so many
let me put
OSHA
you in my
violations
pocket.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
Just for a second, but I'll talk to you. Because I need both hands for this.
I don't know what kind of munchkins are building this place, but I had to fit through.
Gotta unplug it. And you're still on. Looks okay. Just missing a prop. That's all. We're good. So, I have to get back through here. This is how I came through. Oh my God. This is so pinky.
Can't you just parkour, Ken? Hardcore parkour? Do a half flip down and land on your feet?
Okay.
There's a message to my mom. Listen.
I hope my mom never sees this. Sorry, Mom.
Woo. Yeah, 55-year-olds don't parkour that I know of.
I don't know of any that do either.
Okay.
I do parking. I don't do parkour.
Okay. I usually never like to fly in places where I can't retrieve it because, you know, what I just had to do. But all is good. We lived. We got the stuff back. Now we just make our escape. Didn't end up in handcuffs. That's a win. So I'll have to wait 7 years to post this so that the statute of limitations runs out. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, I won't be posting this for sure.
I thought, and then I posted it. Then I posted in the members only. But well, it's, just to show you, I film stuff like that all the time, and I share it with our members. So there's some more motivation for you to become a member. Your thoughts, Jake?
There you go.
Would you have done that? Would you have flown? Would you have done that? Or is that just something dumb I do?
I probably would have.
Yeah, man.
There's a couple buildings I want to go FPV around here that if I happen to crash, it'll be a big to-do to get anything back, but might try and go do it anyway.
Awesome. Well, you're yawning, so I can tell it's sleepy nap time for Jake. So that's just about it for the show. Lenses Overland LLC. Mike, thank you for the $10 super chat. Late super chat there. Loving the Loom Cube. My wife won at Minefield. Oh, great. Yeah.
Nice.
There's Loom Cube discount link in the description right now if you want to check out all the new stuff. They have a new desk lamp and all kinds of streaming lights and stuff for your drone. So check them out, loomcube.com, and use my discount code in the description. Before I go,
that's right.
I want to thank everybody from around the world who listens to my morning radio show. I do a morning radio show on WJLI Rock 98.3 in Paducah, Kentucky. It's classic rock. And let me just give you a little preview of what you can hear as some of our moderators will now kindly put the caster streaming link in the chat for you so you can start listening as well. We're on from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. most of the week. Sometimes, like tomorrow, we're just taking the day off because we don't feel like doing it. But anyway, I mean, that's how it is. But
it's going to be this show is the best of.
Right. Yeah, well, something like that. And like, I need to take a day off soon when I get my car back when I go to Chicago. But here's some audio from the morning show.
Rock 98.3 WJLI. Here's some fun stuff the Brew Crew morning show's gotten into lately.
A man has broken into a kindergarten classroom and has stolen fish sticks.
Not fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
And by the way, you have to be careful about the way you say fish sticks.
Fish stick. You know, I guess you noticed that I was being very...
You have to. You can't just say, oh, fish sticks.
You know
Wait, what? What'd you say? Fish what?
I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh, my mind is. I'm thinking like Ken Heron now. That's very disturbing.
He went into the aquarium and took them all.
He stole all the fish sticks.
He took all the fish sticks.
Sticks. Golly, all right. I'm going to be
Do they even have?
I don't know the reproductive habits of fish. I don't know. Anyway.
Have you ever seen? I've never seen fish humping. Have you?
I know they have eggs. All right. In most, this is from the people who know. In most cases, the female drops eggs in the water, which are immediately fertilized by the sperm of the male. Oh, so they don't actually go with each other. She drops off her eggs, and then he drops off his contribution. Wow, that's
okay.
Yeah. So there's lots of things happening there. I didn't know. There you go. Thank you.
There you go. So now we know that there are no such thing as
fish
sticks. Fish.
Golly, you got to be careful.
Fish sticks.
Can't.
No, fish sticks are real, but fish sticks aren't.
I'm so confused here.
Start your day with JC and Ken.
You can go to the store and buy a fish stick.
Yeah.
But you can't go to the pet store and buy a fish stick.
The Brew Crew Morning Show.
Yeah, we're children. So, thanks everybody for putting the link in there. And I guess that's it. Thanks everybody for all the support and all the super chats and the wonderful watching of people from Europe that were staying up to what is now surely 5 a.m. I'm going to give Jake, you have the last word.
Well, I'm almost to 50,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's
got
right.
More good fun stuff coming.
That's right. Let's get that going. Let's take care of that right now. What's your subscriber count?
I think I'm at 49,945.
Okay, we got 317 people watching. Of those, I mean, if you're not subscribed, do it.
I know a bunch of people are.
Put your channel link in the description. And while you're doing that, I'll ask people to help me out if you don't mind. Here's my live subscriber count. This is how many subscribers I got right now. I sure would like to get to just bump that up to the next, to make that 6 to 7. That'd be cool. You want to do that? You know what happens when you get near one of the marks, people unsubscribe just to watch the number change. Let's see if there's anybody watching who's not subscribed. Let's see if they can subscribe. And go. All right. How you doing, Jake?
There's a delay. There's an internet lag.
Oh, there is.
3 more. I got 3 more subscribers already.
Oh, you did just now from that? Hey.
4.
Let's.
Now up to 4.
Should we shame someone into subscribing to you? That seems to work. Larry, you're not subscribed. We know you're not. Come on, Larry. Oh, wait.
I got 10 more now.
I got one more. I think this is so.
You got one more?
Yeah, this is shameless and stupid. Anyway, do subscribe to Jake. Subscribe to me if you want to. And I guess that will be it for the show.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Awesome. I would like to thank Jake the Snake Sloan for co-hosting. Thank you so much for being on, my friend.
Thank you for having me again. It's always so much fun, Kim.
You bet. I think Kelly Green will be back next week. I want to thank our guest, Troy. I can't pronounce his name. So, Troy, thanks for being on, buddy. Appreciate it. And Jeff Sills for the news. And I especially want to thank Wirecast for sucking. Thanks, Wirecast. You suck. I hate you. Everyone else, appreciate you watching. Thanks for subscribing. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
And bye.
the kettle like a processed meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky, and you give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky,
a tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!